Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all hold on 1 second. I gotta go get something right quick. Y'all hold on 1 second. Get started. Hold on. All right. How y'all doing? What's going on? Appreciate y'all coming in here rocking with the big boy. Y'all see I got a little different scenery today. Trying out some different internet. We got some hot spots, so you know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all coming in here rocking with the big boy. Let me see if I can adjust this camera. Okay. Well, I can't adjust it, y'all. Can't adjust it. Not how I want to. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Marcella. Marcella's way. Anything worth having is worth grinding for. Marcella, give a shout out to Marcella. Anything worth having is worth grinding for, y'all. Shout out to Marcella, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we do it. Y'all know we gotta support each other. You know what I mean? Oh. Y'all excuse me, like I say. I'm just like I say, I'm at sorry, y'all. Still trying to get everything together. All right. Say what's up. John, how you doing? 805 in the building. How you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with the big boy. Miss Stephanie Calloway, how you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we got a treat tonight. Miss Latonna, the print lady boss, been in the game doing it for a while. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. We definitely got a treat, man. Appreciate y'all coming in here rocking with your boy. Our children matter. Mama Jemison. Hey, Mama Jemison. How you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with the big boy tonight. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Kidda Blue. Kidda Blue. What's up, girl? How you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with the big boy. Man, y'all don't understand, man. I'm back at the house, man. Y'all let me know how this internet is working. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? We got some more internet. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how it's working. It's your boy buffering. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Hey, Miss Deborah. How you doing? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with your boy tonight, Miss Deborah. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the love and the support that y'all giving to your boy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming in here rocking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to show love. You know, I want to, you know what I'm saying, give back to all the people who out here working and grinding. You know what I'm saying? So let's go. Oh, take my time. Thank you, Kidda, girl. You know, we at the house, man. We chilling now. You know what I'm saying? We ready to just kick it, ready to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to do my thing. Oh, so I had to make sure. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to bear with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I got everything together. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. We make sure we got the shades. You know what I'm saying? We got the whitest of the white. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Ooh, gotta make sure we hit it. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the wrist. I see that wrist. Gotta pop that wrist. We gotta pop that wrist. Gotta pop it. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Mama Jefferson, for the love, baby. Hey, man, shouts out, man. Appreciate it. Hey, man, if y'all want to get y'all on bail, y'all make sure y'all holler at the baby's booty. You know what I'm saying? She going to be live. All you have to do is become a member of the channel. You know what I'm saying? She go live every Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Time. You make sure you go over there and holler at her. You know what I'm saying? While we taking this minute, we're going to go and pay these bills right quick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the best unit with the best unit resin. Y'all already know if y'all want the quickest drying and the hardest, making sure, you know what I'm saying, it ain't going nowhere, it ain't gonna break. Y'all make sure y'all go holler at the best unit and get you some of that best unit resin. You know what I'm saying? And last but not least, the one, the only, y'all already know, the whitest of the white. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't white, if it ain't that white, your image ain't right. You know what I'm saying? If that image ain't white, you know what I'm saying? Because your white ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all holler at the boy. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we get started, you know what I'm saying? We're going to hit y'all with the intro. Y'all know what it is. YouTube. What's going on? Big boy Prince. Prince by the big boy. We back at it again. We about to drop some more gems. Man, thank y'all, man. Y'all already know, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all coming in here, man. Kicking it with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to show some love to everybody out there, man. We have Miss Latonna, the print lady boss, man. She coming in. She gonna be here in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Been in the game for a long time. Before we get started, we're gonna give a special shout out to Blended Impressions. She did. She was on last night. Wonderful. Definitely want to give a shout out and some love to our people over there on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know what I'm saying, we're on YouTube, but we want to give credit and work to all the people who are out there working. And your boy, you know what I'm saying, we got everything going on. We finna start going live over there on TikTok too. So, you know what I'm saying, now that we're at the house with some good internet, we'll be doing a lot more lives, a lot more converting printers, just live, you know what I'm saying? So it'll be a lot easier and a lot better for y'all to get a hold of me, for y'all to reach me. So I think that'll definitely be a good thing. We'll be converting printers. We'll be pressing. We got a lot of new stuff coming, man, in the future. It's just crazy, man. I just, you know, it's exciting. That's what I'm going to say. It's definitely exciting. You know what I'm saying? For all the wonderful things. Y'all know I can't sit still. You know what I'm saying? One more thing before we go on. Y'all go check out that video that we just dropped, the VIP pass. You know what I'm saying? Where the crowd just give me the VIP access to come in their crafting space and video and record. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the big homie Juan. He took a shirt from literally a roll of fabric. He took a roll of fabric, y'all, and turned it into an all-over shirt front and back. So, I mean, I think that's just super dope. You know what I'm saying? Just a roll of cloth, y'all. He took a roll of cloth and made an all-over shirt front and back. So, y'all definitely go check that out. Like I say, VIP access. And y'all watch it, man, because like I say, it's not something I'm stopping. You know, we going VIP access all, you know what I'm saying, like everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We're going to take it all over. So, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yes. You know, I really didn't get to see the Cowboys whoop up on them Saints. You know what I'm saying? We opened 40 acres in a mule, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in the building. You know what I'm saying? You take that last shot. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't put the leg to smack him down on them Saints. You know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to, yes, them Cowboys looking great. How you doing, Miss Shane? Excuse me, Miss Shane, the crowds appreciate you coming in, rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Y'all go over there and holler at my girl Shayna, man. She's doing great things with that embroidery and everything. So y'all go over there and give us a shout out. Make sure I hit that subscribe button. Miss Mary Brown, hey, how you doing? Hold on, y'all. Think we see our guest in the building. Let's go ahead and bring on our guest.
What's up?
Miss T, how you doing?
Okay.
You doing all right, Miss T? Can you hear me?
I'm getting myself situated.
Oh, okay. Girl, you like me. I understand. Girl, take your time. While you get
Can you
yourself
hear me?
situated, we're going to holler at a couple of people in the chat right quick, all right?
Hold on. Something's wrong.
How you doing? Oh, how you doing, Miss Deborah? You love the show. Thank you so much, girl. And we love you, too. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
Thank you, Miss Deborah. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you.
So.
Hey, Casper's Creations. Hey, girl, how you doing? Appreciate you coming in here rocking with your boy tonight. Y'all know we finna, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Get relaxed, get comfortable. Y'all know we finna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I already got the lemonade poured up in that drink. You know what I'm saying? In my drink. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Give a special shout out to Miss Tracy and Sweet Touch Productions over there. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the big boy. You know what I'm saying? All the love. 755, everybody, man. Thank everybody. Oh, Kiddo Blue say yes. We added again. We added again. Hey, craftable things, how you doing? Appreciate you coming up rocking with your boy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, thank you. Oh, Miss Angela, how you doing? Appreciate you coming out here rocking with your boy. Miss Shayna saying hi to Patrice. There go Miss Killer Blue. You know what I'm saying? There go Miss Deborah. Come on, big boy. Who that nation? Yeah, who that? We did. Sam Day, what's up, baby? What's going on, big homie? How you doing, man? Man, don't you worry, bro. I'm finna definitely get back with you, man. I can't wait, man. Y'all know we
Sam
got to
Day, what's up, baby? What's going on, big homie? How
you know,
you
we gotta
doing,
get
man?
him on the show.
Man,
You
don't
know
you
what I'm
worry, bro.
saying?
I'm
That
finna
is,
definitely get back with you,
you know
man. I
what I'm
can't wait,
saying?
man.
I think that's
Sam
definitely
Day,
gonna be a
what's up,
lit.
baby? What's going on, big homie? How you doing, man? Man, don't you worry, bro.
Let me see. Oh, let me see. Oh, man. Did y'all please, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. You know what I'm saying?
Can you hear me,
Appreciate, you
big
know what I'm
boy?
saying? Everybody coming in here, rocking with your boy. Hey, Miss Lynn, how you doing?
Can you
Appreciate you
hear me,
coming
big
back
boy?
rocking with us again. You know what I'm
Okay, hear
saying?
me.
We finna have us some fun tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got a legend in the house, Miss Latonna. You know what I'm saying? We just want to give our shouts out to everybody. Thank everybody for coming in. Hey, Strength. Hey, Miss Strength. How you doing? Miss Strength. I'm still waiting on my calendars. Where Miss Strength? Y'all don't know. Trip with Deez, she be over there doing her thing. So y'all go over there, make sure y'all hit that subscribe and that like button to my girl Strength. You know what I'm saying? Man, show us some love over there. And don't forget about my boy Sam Day over there dropping much knowledge and all that good stuff over there. Make sure y'all go over there Sam Day, hit that like and that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Man, y'all know like I do, man. We gotta show love to everybody. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? We can't do this without y'all. Oh yeah. If it's not already known, don't
Oh, they
forget
said
about
they
Mr.
can hear me.
Craftable.
Okay.
Make sure y'all go over there and hit that like button,
I
subscribe.
can't hear him.
You can't hear me?
So y'all can hear me, but I can't hear y'all. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do here. Shit.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh, there go my sister. Ree. What's up, Aretha? Hey girl, how you doing? Appreciate you coming over here, seeing what
Why
your boy
come I
got.
cannot hear him?
Can you hear me now? What time you is speaking, big boy?
One second.
Uh-oh.
Let me try to come in on my.
There, look at that. We can hear you. Oh, yeah, I should have told her. Yeah, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we have these things. It's like, you got to go out, and then you got to come back in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it's like this. There you go. Hey, there you go. Hey, Latanya, girl. God, thank you for asking, big boy. How are you? We appreciate the support. Girl, we doing good. We doing good. Appreciate you coming in here. Oh, Lord, it done went got bad up in here, boy. Thank y'all. Well, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all y'all coming in here that's rocking with your boy tonight. You know what I'm saying? We are definitely about to turn up and have a good time. As soon as we get these whole little pesky, you know what I'm saying? Get these little pesky audio out the way. But I guess I can let y'all know maybe a little bit of what's going on or what we have planned in the future. Man, we definitely want to get y'all another VIP access because I think that last one was really great. Man, we got some more. We definitely have some more products coming in with the DTF. Those who want to know about the DTF, there will be a lot more, lives going on. I'll be dropping a lot more videos because I am able to work out the house now. Y'all don't know what it's like not having to be able to drive an hour there, then an hour back. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was, definitely nice. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, my homeboy be able to help me out. But now we finally got us some good internet. Man, like I said again, man, I want to shout out to Marcella's way, man. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth having, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's her shirt from what she hit. Every time she hit 1,000 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? She makes a shirt. So I want to give a shout out to her. We got her shirt on today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure, I'm always out there looking and buying stuff. I got that, man. I got a bad pay from $7.55. I'm gonna try to do an unboxing on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? For $7.50, she got a nice painting in there, you know what I'm saying? So, for what she had her what was it, Black Friday sale. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to your boy, you know what I'm saying? And we got we'll have freestyle. We got freestyle Saturdays coming tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who we gonna have on, you know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna figure it out, you know what I'm saying? We definitely want to have a good time. So, you know what I'm saying? Anything y'all want to know? Anything y'all want to talk about to the print lady get back? Yeah. Yeah, man, I love it, man. Anything worth having is worth grinding for. Yeah. Let me see. It say anything worth having is worth grinding for. Man. So, okay, there we go. There we go. Whoop.
I'm not sure, but I can't hear y'all, so I don't know. I'm gonna try to put a microphone on or something like that, but I don't know why.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, see if you got like some Bluetooth or something.
Okay, I'm on. My site was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. What's up? Okay.
Hey, Miss Latonna, how you doing?
I'm all right. How y'all doing?
Man, girl, we are doing good. We doing good. We so appreciate you coming and joining us tonight. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate, you know what I'm saying, you coming out here, girl, rocking with us, you know what I'm saying, blessing us with your presence and all the game that you have, you know what I'm saying? It is a blessing to have the print lady boss on Big Boy Prince.
Well, I appreciate being here.
So,
I'm on the wrong camera. That's the problem. I'm
let's
listening to you.
All right, hold on one second. Let me get my note cards. I was so blessed, you know what I'm saying, from Miss Late Night Crafting with Stacy. Give her props. She gave me the note cards. Late Night Crafting with all my stuff on there. So, first of all, we want to say congratulations on getting the 11K. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations on 11,000 subscribers.
Oh, thank you. Did I hit 11,000 subscribers? Okay, all righty then. All right. Okay, I'll work with that.
So, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? We was hoping we was going to be the first one to bring that to your attention. You know what I'm saying? We knew, you know what I'm saying, that would definitely put a smile on your face.
Yeah. I'm glad about it. I didn't know. I'm going to have to go check that out. I didn't know. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, you got some loyal followers here, you know what I'm saying? Because, you've been doing it. You've been doing it for a while. So I guess our first question would be, how did you get the name the Print Lady Boss?
Well, the Lady Print Boss came from it just evolved over a period of time of being in the screen print industry. Screen print itself is pretty much male dominated. And so me trying to break down barriers in the industry, and I'm real outspoken. So I just boss up, and so it just came out. Somebody called me a print boss one day, And there it was Lady Print Boss. And that's what it was, just because the word boss is such a strong word, you know, and so it's really like a lady bitch, you know. But
let them go, girl. You better tell
but that's what's going on with it. Hey y'all. Yeah.
Yes. You know, one of my questions down the line, but I think it's real. Maybe best time really is gonna ask it now. Maybe like you say, when you get started, you know what I'm saying, and you say this is such definitely a male dominated field. How was it, you know, as a lady, you know, back in those times, you know, excuse me, not back, but back then when you got started, you know, to be taken serious, you know what I'm saying, as a lady back in those times, you know, tell us about that, you know what I'm saying, especially being a male dominated industry.
So when I started screen printing, when I decided that I started out doing just heat transfer stuff, and then I went from heat transfer, then I went into vinyl, and everything was moving real quick because the area that I was in, I had a little boutique in a mall, and the area that I was in, it was just jumping, and I needed a faster way to print shirts, so I ended up getting into screen printing. When I wanted to get into screen printing, I actually went back to my college that I graduated from because I remember that we had did a field trip and I wanted to know what this machine was. And so they told me I need to get into screen printing. So I started going around to different shops and asking people, you know, trying to ask questions and stuff. And so the doors would just get slammed in my face. There was really nobody that would help a sister out. You know what I'm saying? And it was not 20 years ago. You wasn't seeing black printers. You wasn't seeing black printers. You definitely wasn't seeing women black printers, right? Females. And so it was just no help. So I actually ended up self-teaching myself off of a book called How to Make T-Shirts, which is a book by an author called Scott Freshner. And just the ironic thing about that is that probably in 1989 or 1987, I happened to do a book report on his book, How to Make T-Shirts. And so 10 years later, when I decided that I was going to get in the game, I ended up going back to that book, never knowing that, you know, that I was going to get to the level that I am now. And then end up, you know, really talking to him and all of that. So I self-taught myself when I started. And then after about 10 years of me getting started, I started training other people. And I was the first person in Dallas that started doing screen printing classes. I started doing screen print classes before Ryanair and all these other big companies came out. A lot of my techniques, just quite frankly, a lot of my techniques were stolen because people, these big companies, I've trained people, put it like this, I've trained people and then I've walked in the door into different facilities and walked up and heard myself on the recording where they all standing around, they listening to me. And then, you know, I have a very strong accent. So when I speak, you know, you know my voice. So I walk up and I'm like, hey, what's up? Everybody turn around, look. So, you know, this industry, it haven't been good to me. You know, it's good to me now because it's a move for diversity within the industry. But starting out, it was hell. Even starting out, when I got to the point where I would go to the different when I would go to different shows. When I first started going to industry trade events, I would be the only woman, I would be the only woman in there. And I would be the only black person that would be off in there. And I would have to I never had, see, I didn't have the money that these big companies have. I didn't have the kind of money they had, but I had this, and you're not going to beat that. I had my
Yeah.
skill. And so I knew early on that a lot of these companies, a lot of these bosses, they just sit in the office. They don't have their hands on. They never
Yeah.
got out there and worked on that press. It's a difference in owning a company. And then when you come from the dirt and you start out printing, and you printing on the worst of presses, and you figuring out, things that you could use at home, how you can get this done. And you learn hard, but when you learn what you know, can't nobody take it from you. So when I would go to these shows, they wouldn't let me print. They wouldn't hardly say much. Yeah, no, man. They would. I mean, I had one guy that was really big in the industry that I wanted to print, and I happened to walk up, and this was within probably the last 8 years. I happened to go to this class because I wanted to learn how to do sublimation, not sublimation, but simulated process printing, which is when you're doing full color, half-tone shirts, like images and stuff like that. And so I've always been taught that if you want to be the best, you go after the best. So I went to his class. I canceled, because I teach Corel Draw classes. So I canceled my Corel Draw class to go to this guy's class. And when I got in the class, and they were doing everything, there's all these tall men around, and everybody was printing. Every question that I raised my hand up, they didn't pay me no attention. So I pushed my way to the front, and I said, "Hey, I want to print." And the guy said, "Oh, the little lady wants to print." And he tried to stand behind me with the squeegee to help me print. I said, "Oh, I don't need any help." And when I said I don't need any help, and I started turning the press, a guy who was supposed to be in my class looked at me, and he looked down at my badge, and he said, "You're the Corel Draw lady." And at that moment, I think they realized what was up, because I was spinning the shit out of that press. So you have to I've just always just took what I wanted. And so that's really how I ended up building my name in the industry, was really by pretty much by just being real vocal and just taking what I want. And if you're not gonna give me an opportunity, I'm gonna take the opportunity and make it myself. And so when they wouldn't let me in, I kicked down the doors. And that's just really what it is, to where you talk so much, and when you know your stuff, and you're so vocal about it, then eventually the industry has to recognize you. And so the first company to recognize me was Printwear Magazine. They did an article on me, and then after Printwear did an article on me, then other companies started doing articles on me. And then I started doing a lot of different magazine articles for Impressions magazine. And then just recently, I think maybe June or July, Bella Canvas did an article on me and made me a woman of change. So that hit. And so it just kind of evolved, because now the industry now is after that black dollar, just keeping it 100, and so they have to allow for diversity and change. And so in doing that, they have to start recognizing Black women, men, having different people. Like I tell them all the time, sometimes you hear me, I did a Shirt Lab Summit. I was the only sister on there. Out of 30, you have 31 expert speakers, and you only have one Black. So it's changing. So, I always, that's my thing with Lady Print Boss, is to promote other Black women in general, people who are from urban communities, people who've had a hard time, help them get to another level, because a lot of these corporations and big screen print companies, they know the secrets, whereas a lot of us, we may not know the secrets things that we need to do to get to those levels, to where we're able to go from printing 1 or 2 t-shirts to printing thousands of t-shirts.
Amen. Well, one thing I want to say, with being in such a male dominated industry, I know it wasn't easy, getting your voice, you know what I'm saying, being heard. What are some of the things you had to do? Because I'm sure you had to, you know what I'm saying, raise your voice a couple of times to let the people in the room know that you are here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so one of the things what really started getting me recognized is, so when I started getting on the Facebook groups, I ended up getting onto Facebook. First, I got onto YouTube. I got onto YouTube because I started, I created Miss Teez t-shirt calculator, which was a pricing solution for screen printers. So I had to get on YouTube to promote that and to sell that. And then I started getting into the Facebook groups. When I got into the screen printing groups, some of these groups could be, if you see my profile picture, depending on the likeness, you may not know what I am, or who, you may not know what race I am. So when I first got into the groups, I started facing a lot of different issues with the older screen printing groups, as far as like, here's one example. When it was Martin Luther King's birthday, and I was in this group, and a lady came in. She was a screen printer. They had a screen print company, and she said something about she purposely held this school's order because it was a black school, right?
No, man.
And so I ended up reaching out to the school and letting them know, hey, y'all better do something because they holding your order. And so then that was what made me, I was like, bump this, I'm finna create another screen printing group, because I didn't want to deal with that. And so when I created that screen printing group, instead of me having a lot of black people come into the group, I had a lot of people from all races come into the group. And I had a lot of challenges because people would come up to you and they would say, oh, you can't print, like I screen print glitter, I screen print puff, I screen print a whole lot of stuff. I do my own separations manually. So it's a lot of stuff that other printers who have a lot of money and have $100,000 machines can't do, or they depend on the skill of equipment to do, versus me having a 6-color automatic, but I can outprint you. And so it was just a lot of things. Like I do when I screen print, I push and I don't pull. So that's a big thing that a lot of in the screen print industry, a lot of people, most printers they pull. And when you pulling, you coming, pushing, you push and pulling. Hold up, wait a minute, because I'm halfway asleep. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. So when I flood the screen, I push, right? So when you push forward, that's natural for your body to move this way, forward, versus you standing here and you pulling all day long. See, a man will pull the squeegee all day long back and forth like this, because y'all don't mind building your muscle. Before a woman, that's hard. So I started developing my technique as a pusher. And at the time, pushing was not respected. People would say, oh, if you push the squeegee, you're not laying enough ink. You're not doing this. You're never going to get a consistent print. Your emulsion over mesh not going to be right. It was just a whole lot of stuff. And I I got really good with the one hit white, which is in the industry, in it printing across the board. You have to be able to print white ink. Doing whatever kind of print you're doing, your white ink has to be icy. And
That's
so
right.
most printers most screen printers have to print, flash, and print. There you go. There you go. So most screen printers, you print a job, you print your white, and then you have to flash your white, and then you have to print your white again. If you use a high mesh count, if you use like a 110 mesh count, then you're going to end up with a thick white, right? It gets thick, it gets chalky, it's hard to deal with. But if you use a higher mesh count and you do a double white, you can get a really nice white that's still smooth. But I taught my husband how to do a one hit white. And so a lot of our whites are one hit, and people would come up against me and challenge me about a one hit white, because I tell you in a minute, honey, my one hit white looked like your two. And so, it's just a matter, but even in doing that, it's a matter of the thickness of your screens, how you set up your screens when you start. So I'm a real technical person. And so when I want to learn something, I always try to be the best that I can be at it. And a lot of people don't like that when you say that you're the best to ever do it, and that's me. I tell a person in a minute, come put it up. I call out printers. I tell them when they go to talking noise, I tell them, come put it up. You know what I'm saying? Put up. Let me see what you're working with. And so that's just, and that's not, when I say stuff like that, it's not really geared to anybody. And that's where a lot of people get offended. But if you don't think that you're the best to do it, ain't nobody gonna ever think that you're the best to do it. So all queens, all kings, you supposed to think that you're the best to do whatever. If you get offended because I say that I'm the best to do it, then you slipping on your pimping.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
A lot of people get offended, when you say it, but that's the one thing that my daddy always taught me was be the best that you can be, and the younger me, I was vocal. I'm more framed back now. I kind of pull back a little bit now because I'm in a different position, and I try to keep my sponsorships and everything. But I just give it to you. I can get raw. So a lot of things that's really how I got known was from my voice, from being vocal. Now I don't have to do that. And you could tell, you can really tell from the way that I talk that I'm from that age to where we talked about your mama. So you don't want to you really, really don't want to get in a spit box contest with me, because I'm going to go hard, and so that's a lot of things that in our culture, we go hard,
Exactly.
and we go hard and people can't take it. And then I back it up with a strong black man. So, yeah. So my driving force, everybody see the lady print boss, but they don't see the work that Ken has done in the business, because he's not as vocal as me, but I wouldn't have been able to grow and reach the level that I reached without him. Not at all.
So tell us, how supportive has Ken been, and why was he so important to the lady print boss?
Well, when I started out printing, right? I couldn't print white for nothing. And Ken has these big arms. So while I'm, sometimes we know how to do something, and we can teach a person how to do something better than we can do it ourselves. So I was standing there and I would talk to him, and Ken would be my inspiration to tell me, oh, baby, you got this. You can do this. It's never been not one time in our relationship that he has said to me, you can't you can't do this. A lot of times you'll have a relationship and men or your spouse, your woman, whoever, they'll tell you, you know, well, I don't think this is working for you. But he's always been the one that if I say, hey, I need to buy this press, go on and buy it. If you need to do this, you need to do that. He's always been supportive, and Ken looks after my business before he looks after his own.
Oh wow.
You know, so he wanted to a little side note is, you know, he wanted to, at one point he decided that, because I knew that printing is my passion, and you can't put your passion on someone else. Ken's in it for the money. Ken's in it for the money. We gonna make some money. I ain't got to work nowhere else. We gonna make some money. We're gonna glow up. We're gonna do this thing together. So it was at a point to where I'm good at speaking and taking the orders and getting out there doing the marketing, and I needed someone to run the print department. So why not have your number one person that's doing that? So he ran the print department. I take care of the orders, make sure all of that stuff is going. That enabled me to be able to get out there and market, talk to customers, do what I do. But in the end, you know, Ken's not printing anymore. Ken is branched off, and Ken is he breeds bulldogs, and so he is a international bulldog breeder.
Wow.
And, you know, when you just think of it, you know, your husband come to you and tell you, hey baby, I want to breed dogs, I could make some money. No, but you know, he got about 50 dogs now. You know, he's yeah, he a go-getter. So, you know, we just kind of like do it like that. We just, whatever I want to do, he's down for. Whatever he want to do, you know, I'm down for. And you just got to have somebody, and whether it's a spouse, or it can be a best friend or a co-worker, but you got to have somebody to talk to. Like every morning we get up, we have business meetings. When we get up in our household, in our living room, we have a business meeting. I get up, baby, what's on the agenda today? This is what I need to do. If it's something that I haven't been doing in my business, he'll tell me, hey, don't you need to do this, you know. So having somebody to hold you accountable,
yes,
that's what a lot of people need, hold you accountable and hold you down. The same thing that I do with him. And then our sons and our nephew, my son and my nephew, they're the ones who actually do the printing now. So they were raised in the business to take over the business. So I'm 52 now. So my goal was to retire at 50, but my mom told me that I was too young to retire. So she told me to give it 5 more years. So got 3 more to go.
3 more, girl. You had that 52 very, very, very well.
Well, thank you.
Hold on one second. We got my boys in the building. 1 second. We're gonna have to get it crunk 1 second. Oh my God. He ain't playing. He is not playing. Want to give a shout out to my boy, Four Corner Products, Four Corner Custom Products. You know what I'm saying? With the super chat, y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Before we get the ring in that bill, we got to, you know what I'm saying, work out with the white. You know, the white is up white. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy, Four Corner Customs with the super chat. Hey! Say, y'all know my boy, he don't be playing. He be, you know, he do his thing, so he just don't drop one. You know what I'm saying? So we finna go down through there, Miss Latonna. Okay. Shout out to my boy, Four Corner Customs again. He represents.
Already.
In the building, baby. I see ya. Four corners. Oh, let's go again. Appreciate you, Four Corners. Appreciate you. Hey, if y'all don't know, y'all go over there. Y'all have not subscribed to my boy, Four Corner Customs, man. Y'all go over there and hit that subscribe and that like button, man. He over there dropping a lot of heat, dropping a lot of work. So go on over there, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, man, because we appreciate him for all that he does. Four Corners one more time, y'all. Thank you, Four Corners.
Already.
That's my boy, Four Corners. Oh, look, I'm sorry. Hold on. He, boy, I'm telling you, boy. Hold on. He tried to get up. Right, let me go. Get my workout on. He ain't, I still better have to get crunk. Let's go, Four Corners, baby. I'm ready for it. Let's go now. He is not playing, girl. Let's go again. Man.
You have the best energy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, see, I got a trick, boy. Say you keep it up. I say I got the asthma pump already ready and waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna set it over here, Four Corners. You gonna make me hit that asthma pump. I ain't too shy to hit that asthma pump, Four Corners. So you know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, there go Mr. Rika. Hey, that's two Deez Creations. Appreciate you coming in here rocking with your boy. And then, my boy Four Corners say he just woke up and got to bed early in the morning. Blessed all night, everyone. Appreciate you, Four Corners, man. Appreciate all the love again. Oh man, thank y'all. Whew. Girl, sometimes, I be so blessed they love me. Sometimes they be going for about 30 minutes straight. They took it easy on me that time.
Yeah,
thank
that's
y'all, you know what I'm saying? I ain't lying, girl. I ain't lying. Whew. Oh, thank you. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Let's go on to see what we got going on to the next question. So, how long have you been crafting?
I'm not a crafter. I'm a crafter. Let me tell y'all. See, y'all gonna get mad at me when I say this, but this is the thing. When I look at crafting, like you have some crafters that perfect their craft and then they grow to a level from the craft that you do. You take that craft and then you turn it into a business mindset. So I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. I don't consider myself a crafter. I consider myself a businesswoman because everything that I look at it from a business standpoint or a business point of view. A lot of times when we crafting, we're tinkering around and trying to figure it out, right? A lot of crafters are trying to figure out, okay, I'm gonna make shirts, I'm gonna do cups, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But at the same time, they never perfect that one craft that makes them a craftsman or a craftswoman. They never perfect that one craft. So for me, I think of it as a business. I think of crafting as more of a business because when you get into that business mindset, now you're trying to figure out, you start thinking about your time, and your time is your money, right? And when you're doing, some people will sit down and it may take you, if it's taking you 30 minutes to do a shirt, you're wasting your time. Yeah. So for me, I started out in 2000 actually printing t-shirts. It was when I started out in 2000 printing t-shirts. Before then, I was just tinkering around, right? Just playing games. But when I got serious and I knew that, okay, that this was what I was going to do, it was no crafting. I don't crafters like to make things. I don't like to make things. I'm in it for the money. I love fabrics and I love making money. I like to design. I like printing. The only reason that t-shirts are my canvas is because, quite frankly, they were cheap. I got into printing at a time when I knew that I could blow up real fast. I could make a lot of money. I knew that when you look at the history of costume and you look at the t-shirt has not evolved over the past 100 years, right? So you could put a t-shirt into storage, bring that t-shirt out 10 years, you're still going to be able to sell it. So t-shirts are just like money. But for me, I had to figure out a way to make a lot of money in order for me to keep selling t-shirts, because it wasn't going to work for me. When I started, I was making money. I would go in on a Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. And I would make about $800 a day starting right out the gate when I started. Because you could get more for a t-shirt back then than you can now. We were doing heat transfers, regular inkjet heat transfers, and they were starting at $25 a shirt. Where I was in an area to where all the hustlers, that's where all the hustlers were, right? And I would get on a minimum $25 a shirt. They would come in. I want a picture on the front, picture on the back. They want something on the neck, something on their butt. By the time they was through, I was at $70 a shirt. But I was working like a dog. So at the end of the day, would make $800, but I was doing a bunch of different stuff. And I wanted to make more money. So for me, I have that mindset of where I wanted to make at least $200 an hour, right? So I figured out, because I had 4 kids. I had 4 kids and a whole lot of bills. And I like to ball. I'm a big girl. I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? So coming from my family always told me, you know, don't go to school for fashion design because you're not going to make any money. Artists are always broke. So I had something to prove out the gate to them, that I can be just as good as my brother who went to medical school, or better. Okay. So my mindset was, I'm going to set out to make $200 an hour. And then I figured out, okay, how can I get to make that $200 an hour? Okay. So if back in this time, you could get t-shirts for $1.25. Okay. I get a t-shirt for $1.25. So if I take 100 shirts and I screen print those 100 shirts, I would have about $200 invested in me buying the shirts, screen printing the shirts, overhead, and all of that. And so that other $200 I would do 100 shirts special for $4 a shirt, and people would be on it. Okay. Right. So if I could print 100 shirts in an hour, I would make $200 an hour profit. And so that's what I set out to do. And when I set out to do it, I would time myself. I would do this, and we would get in there, and we would figure it out. And this all evolved into me being able to do the things that I do now. I would get into the shop and I would figure out, okay, well, this needs to be over here because I can't reach it. So I would try to figure out ways that I could maximize my production and have everything set up in a certain way to where it would just speed me up. As far as opening, even to how I open up a shirt to put the shirt on the press, how I pull the shirt off, making sure that when I only do a half a turn when I turn my body so that I don't get tired. So it was a lot of stuff that it was really, really technical for me to get this stuff down. So, and that's on, we're talking about manual printing. And then after I hit $200 a shirt, I wanted to make $200 an hour. I wanted to make $300 an hour. So I just kept trying to figure out, okay, what's going to get me to where I'm trying to get to the fastest. And so everything comes down to money. Like a lot of what I see now with a lot of crafters is that a lot of crafters have become consumers. And what I mean is, you have vinyl, you have DTF, you have all of these different processes, right? And so what people will do is they will start doing vinyl, and then this vinyl doesn't work for them. So instead of them, it's like, oh, this vinyl is cutting wrong, and this is that I need a new cutter. So they'll have a Cricut. They'll go buy a Silhouette. They'll go turn around and go buy a Graph Tech. They'll just keep buying the same product, but from different brands, but they never figure out how to perfect that craft, right?
Yeah.
And so, or people will jump, and a lot of times people will jump around from product to product. For 15 years of my career, I did nothing but t-shirts. You call me, hey, Miss Latonna, what do you do? I do t-shirts. I will print on t-shirts, I will print on bags, and I will print on caps. Anything that's screen printed, that was all I did, because I wanted to perfect what I did. So, you know, like now, if I was to jump into DTF, that would be something that I would be serious about, and I would perfect DTF. For me to go into DTF right now, it would be on a larger scale. I would be thinking, okay, what's the fastest way that I can make money selling DTF? And for me, it would be in the transfers. It wouldn't be for me in printing. It would be, okay, I'm going to get into DTF. I'm going to sell transfers. And then to figure out, you know, once you figure out how much money you need to make in an hour, then you need to figure out how many hours of that day you can keep up that production, right? And so that's when at the point that you decide I need better equipment. But first you have to work on your skill. So for me, it's all about skill. And that's why I tell you, you may have $100,000 machine, but you can't outprint T. You can't outprint T. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna get out there, I'm gonna run my machine, and I'm gonna run it hard, and I'm gonna make it work. I have gotten to automatic speeds on a 6-color manual press, but you have a printer, you have a loader, and you have a puller. So you have one person can printing, you have my nephew who would load the shirts, and you have me pulling, and that press never stops. It never stops. It's just on go mode. And so a lot of times people be like, well, how do you do this? When I got my first big order was for North Texas Chevy dealers. My first big order was North Texas Chevy dealers. They called me. They said, hey, we need, I think it was like 2,500 shirts. We need 2,500 shirts. We need them in 3 days. Can you do the job? Yeah, I can do the job. At the time, I didn't have the money to buy 2,500 shirts, okay? Ooh. So the company care flighted. They had a courier bring me the check the next day. They brought me a check that was over $10,000 the next day.
Oh,
okay? In order for me to, because this is one thing, y'all. This is one thing that you got to do. I don't care if you Pepsi, you can be the president of the United States of America. You got to pay Robertson Printing Graphics, T-shirt shop, Dallas. You got to pay your invoice up front. A lot of people make their mistakes. People are afraid to ask for their money, right? Up front, and they don't have their processes or their paperwork. You don't have your paperwork. Y'all listen to me. You don't have your paperwork together. So when you're dealing with these corporations, you have to look very, very professional, and you have to look large. You have to look larger than life, right? Because they're looking for you on social media. They're looking for you on your website. They're looking to see what type of work you do. So you have to have quality pictures up. You have to have your terms together. A lot of times I train people and they don't have their terms are just not there. So when they run into a problem with a customer, they don't know how to deal with it because it was never put out there in the front. In the beginning. So for me, I never had any problems getting my money, because anytime that I did a quote, in any email that I did, any correspondence, it was already up front that we need that all custom products must be paid for up front. I've never had a problem getting a payment from anybody, and other than people who are trying to sell. I have people who come to me and they want to buy 5 shirts, and they don't want to pay for their shirts up front. But you have these larger corporations that's busting $10,000-$15,000 checks, and they paying for it because they want their stuff. So anytime you do an order, you place an order, your order has been placed pending payment. Yeah. And I'm just, when I talk to, I'm giving it to y'all raw tonight, but normally,
thank you.
Normally when I'm making a deal or I'm talking to a customer, I kind of lower my tone when I'm talking, and my voice changes a little bit. And I make sure that I let my customer know what my expectations are, and I try to find out what their expectations are, because that's one of the things that a lot of times as business owners, people come in, oh, well, I want to get some t-shirts. Okay. What do you need? They don't know what they need.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know what they need. They have to give you an idea, right, of what it is that they need. Sometimes you'll have people and their expectations are way above and beyond what you're able to provide, right? And it could be because your print technology can't do the job, or they don't have enough money for you to get the job done, different things. So you have to make sure that you are letting that you know what your customers' expectations are, and up front whether you can meet those expectations or not. And so when you do that, then you don't have your print process, the order process, it goes really, really smooth. If you know up front. A lot of times people, they don't know. So that's it. And you have to kind of like, before I had my stuff together, people would give me a hard time. Once you have things together, like I take orders, and when I was taking orders in person in the shop, I take an order, and once I take an order, I hand you the invoice. How would you like to pay? I don't ask you if you're gonna pay or anything like that. How would you like to pay? And I'm pulling out the credit card machine because I need the money. You know what I'm saying? I would never give a person an option. You don't have an option to pay me later or to pay half, because I can't eat t-shirts. I can't eat shirts. And so, that's a mistake that a lot of people make, is when we get into business, we try to please everybody, and we will underbid ourselves because, oh, I'm just getting started, so I got to be the cheapest printer that I can be, or I need to, you play with that stuff when you tinkering around and you figuring out your craft. You do that stuff with your family or friends, right? Because they the ones that ain't really gonna support you no way. So you do that, they gonna still love you. So if you give them a shirt and your ink come off, honey, they gonna still love you at the end of the day, but they gonna say, honey, I ain't going over there fooling with her no more. But once you get to that point to where you really out there and you're trying to get your name out there and you're trying to get customers, then you know that, okay, your stuff needs to be professionally done. Everything needs to be together. And so that's why my thought has always been to perfect what you do. And I'm not saying, like, because you do t-shirts, you can't go do cups. You can do t-shirts and you can do cups. But like for me, I do t-shirts. I do, we also print on promotional items, right? And so I have to look at what items make the money in my business, right? What items are going to make the money in my business? What's going to be? So for me, the t-shirts, the hoodies, stuff like that, that is the main item. And then everything else is an impulse item or an item that I'm going to add on. So if you call me and you say, hey, Ms. Latonna, we're having an event down here at the hotel. Can you print us some shirts? Sure, I can print you some shirts. Within me giving you your quote for the shirts, I may send you a flyer in that email that says, that has a sale on these bottles, because I know that you have, you know, you're going to have people walking around. Y'all going to need some water bottles, or I may send you some keychains. So I do stuff like that as an add-on, and to boost up the sale. I do that to boost up the sale. And so that, and that just, it just works for me when you do it like that. But you know, you pretty much perfect your craft, and then you veer off into doing other things, because sometimes you can get just too overwhelmed with doing a lot of things. But you know, if you perfect your skill, then equipment, you're gonna, like me, that's why I can work on printers. I can do because I'm not buying nothing new. I'm not buying nothing. If a printer break down, I'm gonna fix it.
You'll put it back together, huh?
I'm gonna put it back together. If my press is off registration, I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna do so until it gets to the point to where I know. The only time I buy equipment is when I know that it's absolutely needed, and that this is going to take me, what is this piece of merchandise, or what is this piece of equipment going to do for my business? It has to solve a problem for me. If it doesn't solve a problem for you, then you know it's no need of doing it. Like DTF solves a problem. DTF printing will solve a problem for you if you are printing like as a screen printer, right? I'm gonna give y'all a plug. I'm giving you a plug, big boy. I'm giving you a plug. This is how you give it to them. This is how you give it to them, okay? As a screen printer, it's not worth your time to print 1 or 2 t-shirts, right? Especially full color. Like for me, if you come to me and you want a full color t-shirt, you're gonna have to order 72 pieces. So you're gonna order a batch of 72 shirts. Yes, God, because you're not gonna waste my time. It takes full color in order to print a full color shirt, you need to do 6 screens, right? So that's 6 screens that I have to create. That's 6 screens I have to wash out, 6 screens I have to set up, 6 colors I got to turn on that press. It's a lot of work. So when you have small orders, that's when a screen printer can say, okay, well, I have this small order. I can go over here and I can DTF that. See, DTF is, with DTF and sublimation and stuff like that, the learning curve is not as high, right? So you're able to output things that you would normally be able to do. Like for me, sometimes, so my minimum when you come to me and you order shirts, my minimum purchase out the gate is 24 pieces for a one-color job. And the reason being, let's go back to that $200 an hour, right?
Yeah.
Let's go back to that $200 an hour. And there are customers, like a lot of times people say, well, you say don't do this or don't do that. But that's how you, and this is the thing. Like, I know it's a lot of people that's out there that's listening to this. You have problems with customers calling you. They don't know what they want. They disrespectful. They want to call you in the middle of the night and all of that stuff. When you change the type of customers that you go after, and you start going after businesses, or you start, when you start putting barriers in place and rules and stipulations, then you weed out the bullshitters. Okay,
there you go.
Out the bullshitters. Just keeping it 100, because I've had some of my toughest customers have been those customers who want a full color shirt. You want one shirt for $5, and then you, oh, well, Walmart sells full color shirts for $5, but you know how many shirts Walmart orders at one time? They have their own print manufacturer. So a lot of times people don't realize what it takes to create the process. So I also have to educate my customers in what it is that it takes to do. Like now people know what screen printing is, or they have an idea, right? But they really don't know until you just kind of educate them and explain to them. But DTF is a good add-on for any shop that's trying to do black shirts. Everybody want to do black shirts. Probably 90% of the shirts that we print are going to be black or dark color. So it's going to be black, white, blue, like navies, navy blues, and sports gray. Those are going to be like the four shirts, and then under that you'll have your reds and you'll have your royal blues. But a lot of times you have to figure out, like what shirts am I going to carry? If you carry shirts, like right now you have an industry shortage, right, on t-shirts. When you have to keep, like me, I keep up with everything. I know where the industry is going. I can tell y'all this right now. Right now, the decorated apparel industry is at about $23-24 billion a year. By 2028, that's going to double, right? That's going to double. Embroidery is the way to go. Embroidery holds a big cap of that. Embroidery, screen printing, sublimation, and then come other digital products that are coming in. So you have to kind of look at the way that the market is going. Like now, you're able to get a lot with all the new technology with DTF, DTG machines, because DTG is still fairly new. Okay, DTG, hybrid screen printing, all of these different things. So it's a lot of people say that, oh, it's so many people printing t-shirts right now, right? So they don't want to give you game. But the market is growing because people are now your everyday consumer is wanting t-shirts, okay? Not just businesses, corporations, schools, things like that. Your everyday consumer is also wanting t-shirts. Now, what has happened, because you have so many crafters that are getting into the game with Sizer coming out and Silhouette and Cameo, Cricut coming and getting into the market and flooding the market so that the smaller printers can get in, that's actually driving up the price of t-shirts, right? Yeah. Because, and so for people who are screen printing like me, it's a dream. I'm glad when you charge $25 for a shirt. You see what I'm saying? And I'm over here and I'm charging $7 for a shirt. Now I can boost up my price even on the wholesale on what I'm selling. So like for example, today I did a quote, a lady. I had a quote for a lady that wanted 100 shirts, and she wanted this was going to be, I quoted her for the next level, the 3600. The 3600 is a ring spun cotton shirt. It's probably one of my best sellers because it's soft. It has side seams, so you got to know all this kind of stuff when you're talking to people. The shirt is soft. It has side seams. It has a double stitch collar. It has that very fashionable fit. So you could take this shirt, you could wear it out to dinner, you could wear it in the office. It's a very versatile shirt. Okay. And it prints well. Normally this shirt for 100 pieces would normally run you, with the one color print, would normally run you about $8 a shirt, $7.64 a shirt in my shop. But because right now there are challenges with the market, I can get $10 a shirt for that wholesale. Okay. So I quoted her, matter of fact, it's right here. It ended up coming out to be $1,026 for what she wanted. So that's 100 shirts. Now, off of that, what has happened is those same shirts used to be about $2.50. Now they're $3.85, right? So you're looking at almost $4 a shirt, but I'm still making $600. Let's go back to that $600 to that profit, because that $600 is still coming in within that hour. See, now I took from going from a basic t-shirt, right? That's $1.79, selling you a shirt that's double that price, but I'm tripling my profit from $200 an hour to $600 an hour. It's a numbers game.
Yes, you are not lying.
It's a numbers game. So that's how you. That's just pretty much how you. When you start thinking about how you're going to elevate, because for me, like working for someone, working another job and doing shirts, it was not an option. It was okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do these shirts. I got 4 kids that I gotta raise, 2 dogs, a bird. I was driving a Lincoln and a Lexus, and I needed that cash. So I want to say, okay, well, what? And then people have to figure out, okay, now that I know that how much money I need to make, you sit down, you say, okay, how much money you need to make a year? Okay, this is what I need to make. Like now I have what I would do $10,000 Mondays, right? So you set your goals. You say, okay, on Monday, I'm gonna make 10 grand. That's my goal for Monday, right? So when that Monday comes, that Friday, you've already put up an ad on Google, right? You've already put up your ad on Google and you got that ad going, and the ad is very specific, targeted to a certain industry. Like for me, I like to target companies that either have 100 employees, restaurants, things like that. And so, because restaurants have a high turnover of employees, y'all. And if you get a restaurant, honey, you just done won. If you get a restaurant, you done won, because they go, wait staff comes and they go. And so the restaurant gonna be ordering every month. They're gonna be ordering every month. And you just have to make sure that nobody slips up underneath you, right? And get into your business. So with restaurants, you just have to be careful with what type of shirts you put them in, because you want a shirt that's going to be durable. So you need to know what shirt or what fabric that I can use, that I can sell to this restaurant, that's going to last, that's going to wash, it's not going to shrink, the ink not going to come off. What shirt can I sell to them that's going to last? And the restaurants will be loyal to you. So you figure out, the companies that you want to target. And so your ads can be very specific, like it could be a restaurant design that you're selling, and you target restaurants within 15 miles of you, 20 miles of you, and put that ad out there so that by Monday morning, that ad is already running, that the phones are ringing. And when the phones are ringing, you taking orders. And what I like to do is, in my software, I have a job orders form, but I like to have it directly in front of me for motivation, because the ching, ching, ching is the motivation. You know what I'm saying? And so you just write it down, on a big job board, so that as you go through the day, you can figure out, where you're going. And then you like, if I know that you just have to time your orders and know, okay, this is a 4-collar job, this is how many hours it's going to take. And then you just have slots. Like if you're working in a corporation, you have slots. Okay, from this time to this time, this job is going to be on press. And once you have everything going, it runs really smooth. A lot of people are afraid of screen print, but it runs really smooth, big boy. Once you have your process down and you have your technique down to make your money, it's going to run real smooth, especially when you get that marketing side down and you start getting into building your email list, and you learn how to go back in and pull that same customer, market to that same customer that you had, you're going to make money all your life.
It sounds like a good episode of the VIP Access.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. But as you can see, I'm real technical with, like, everything that I do. It has to be a strategic move in my business. And that's what I try to tell people, is that, you have to stay ahead of the game, because other companies are out there and they're trying to elevate. Like now, so I have a manager, okay.
You got a manager.
I got a manager. So
Uh-oh.
my manager told me that I need to be on TikTok, right?
Yeah,
So me,
TikTok is hot.
I'm at a point in my life where I ain't going on TikTok because I'm not one for nothing, right? But for people who are like, for people who are getting started now, see, I didn't have the internet, right? TikTok and these social media platforms, YouTube is the second largest search engine that there is. So a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, your YouTube channel is not for you to get money. See, people get it confused. They think, oh, I'm gonna get a YouTube channel, I'm gonna monetize on YouTube, I'm gonna make a whole lot of money, right? Okay.
No.
You have a lot of channels. You have a lot of YouTube channels that are way larger than mine, right? They're way larger than mine. I've almost had 1 million views. We almost had 1 million views on my YouTube. But
Congratulations.
I thank you. I don't have a lot of subscribers, right? Because subscribers just look good to the community, right?
Yep.
The YouTube channel is to get you known. So even if you're not the type of person that you want to make a lot of YouTube videos for, and that's fine. But if you're just out there making YouTube videos and you're showing your craft, even as far as it dealing with your customers, like I have a YouTube channel for T-Shirt Shop Dallas, where it just shows different shirts and things like that. But what happens is your videos will start coming up in the search engines. And when your videos come up in the search engines, you're going to get noticed. You may not get them to hit that subscribe button because they're not looking to subscribe to your channel. They're just looking for you to solve a problem for them, right? And so if you use your YouTube channel to fuel customers from your YouTube channel to your website, okay, that's the key. So you may not make a lot of money monetizing on YouTube, but you're making money because you're taking those customers from YouTube over to a website or to a landing page, and then that's how you're gonna make your money. You can make some money on YouTube when you get to the point of where you have sponsors, not so much with like the affiliate marketing stuff.
Yeah.
With the affiliates and you getting the 3% and the 4%, that's nothing. But when you get to the point where you starting to get people that's paying you, that'll pay you $1,000, $1,500 for a shout out, you know, in a video, then that's when you starting to really get out there to where, and that's actually what I'm in the process of doing with growing my channel now, is getting people to say, okay, we'll pay you this, getting these different distributors to say, okay, hey, if you mention this shirt in this video, we'll pay you X amount of money. And a lot of times as small business owners, we don't even know how to negotiate that, right? So thus I have a manager. But the manager got to get quiet because I done figured out how to do it myself now.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as it's just like a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We get hot, we build the audience, and now they want to advertise. Just to bite out what you were saying, like I don't use YouTube to, I use it to promote my ink.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I use it in indirectly way, use my channel, but it helps me push and promote. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect YouTube to pay none of my bills. I expect my product does, but anything that YouTube gives me is just they giving me the exposure. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we should use it for,
Yeah. That's what you should use it for, is the exposure. And that's how when I got on and I started out with T-shirt calculators, it allowed me to sell. I think Miss Teez T-shirt calculator that one is sold over 3,000 copies. And then the HTV calculator, it sold. And then even with like when I would do different companies and do videos on training, then that kind of open up the door to people calling to say, hey, I need to get trained. And not so much on like with individuals, a lot of times people who are just starting to screen print, and you can go, you can learn a lot of stuff on YouTube now, but it's more towards companies. When you perfect your craft, then you're able to offer stuff to other businesses. Now I know how to do this. I can come in and they see your success, and then it's okay. I can come in and y'all can pay me. I'm gonna charge you $1,000 a day to come in. I'm one of the cheapest trainers out there. That you got other screen print trainers that are coming in and they're charging $25. They're getting $2,500 a day with a 2-day that's coming in to train, companies and stuff like that. When COVID hit, I just stopped because I was like, I'm gonna get the COVID. You ain't gonna get me on no plane. I'm not. So now things are getting a little bit better, and so But yeah, it's been a good career. It's been a good journey. Now I just really want to like sit back and just enjoy life. I was telling one of my friends is I always ask people like what problem do you have in your business right now, and your biggest problem, and you try to solve it. The other day I was thinking, what problem do I have in my business? I don't have a problem. So praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm finally at the point that I don't have a problem. If I want to print shirts, I print shirts. If I don't want to print shirts, I don't print shirts. So it does get better, the hustle. If you out there and you listening to this and you like struggling and you like, man, I'm doing, because it was the time that I used to leave the house at 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I was rolling back up in here at 1 a.m. What time I go to sleep now, big boy?
What time? Oh, I know. You go to bed at 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock. I had to get back up now. At 6 o'clock, I mean, everybody that know me, they like, don't call her after 6, baby. 6 o'clock, 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So it gets better to where you because a couple of years ago I just got like burnt out, and it's I was like, okay, well, dang, I'm always, I am a woman. I'm always full of ink. I can't get my nails done. My hair wasn't growing right. My skin was looking bad. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, but you do it for the hustle so that when you hit a certain age, you can say, okay, now I got enough money to retire. I'm going to give y'all this right here too. Within that, you doing like shirts or doing whatever business it is that you're doing, you take some of that money and invest it in other businesses or in other avenues, because most millionaires have 3 streams of income. You have at least 3 streams of income. So you figure out, like I bought a old house, and we was remodeling the house and printing out the house. In 3 years, me and Ken paid that house off. You see what I'm saying? That's rent profit. That's residual income. I don't spend a lot of money on anything. I'm one of them people that I believe in squeeze the green off of it. But the money that I spend, honestly, is when I go now when I go out and eat, I splurge. When I go out and I eat, I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna eat big. I'm a big girl. My husband a big boy. We gonna eat big. But for the most part, I try to, hold back money for hard times. So when COVID hit, who would have ever knew? You know what I'm saying? That COVID hit, and it was like, okay, what do? You got this building, you got $6,000 that you got to kick out. You got to kick this out. You see what I'm saying? Okay, what do? Do you keep on paying this every month, or do you pull back and hold what you got? I pulled back and held what I got. A lot of people wasn't able to do that. So, now you never know when the country gonna shut down. You ain't gonna be able to do that no more. and with doing, you know, crafting and t-shirts and stuff like that, you know, what happens if you get sick? So you have to think of like
Man.
all of that type of stuff. So for me, it's all about, you know, forging relationships with other printers so that if it's something
Yes.
that I can't do, they can go in and they can do that. They can take care of that. So you have to already have those processes in place in your business
So
before
one thing I was told when I first started YouTube is cause we, you know, you've been in the game, you know, it's a lot of regardless. Hold on, before we get in there, let me give a shout out to let me get 4 corners before we get started. I remember because now I don't want to forget about my boy. He gave this donation so long ago, and I don't want to think that we are not appreciative. 4 corners, appreciate you, baby. Support. Let's go.
Well, I see it. I see you, baller. I see you, baller.
Yeah, he don't be 4 corners again. He don't be playing, girl. Hey, let's go, 4 corners. Hey, bro, 4 corners, bro. You know we appreciate you all the love and the support, my boy. Man, this man, pow, there we go. Here we go again. That's my boy. I always appreciate all the love and the support from my boy 4 corners. Man, let me see. All righty. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I know he done dropped about 10 of them, and I want to let him know that we see him.
Oh, I see him in there now. I see the chats now. Let me see.
Where was we? All right. I think we done went through a lot of these. I see
the baby's booty is on here. I was watching her channel because I bought that embroidery machine, but I bought it just to play around with. And then I saw that you cut your finger. I hope you're doing better. And yeah, so she gave us some information. She gave us some serious information on that by being careful. So I was like, okay. But I love her personality and love her channel.
The baby's booty is just a gem. We talked to her. I seen her last night. Seen the finger. I was like, ooh. But she is doing great, and she is doing wonderful. And she will be going live Sunday at her regular time at 8 Central. Y'all know she had that in her finger on her finger. So let's make sure we please show up and show our support. We already know she was just so busy. She had been going live like every night, just working and grinding.
She on that grind. She's on that grind.
She is getting it. You know, now just speaking about the baby's booty, she is really big, just like a lot of people making with Maryland. The best shooter. Everybody is hot going on with the rhinestones. You know what I'm saying? That is just like the hottest thing. But hold on, let me make sure because I want to make sure I have this right in my notes. But just to keep it 100, you've been doing rhinestones, design and stuff like that for about 5 years, right?
No, I actually started designing rhinestones when I first started out. When back in 2000. We were doing rhinestones, but this is the thing though. Rhinestones have come a long way. When I first started out, rhinestones, you had to do everything by hand. And then as time went on, actually I have a video on my channel that's probably about 8 or 9 years old. Is it 5 years old? It's a correct draw video. Yeah, so in that video, that was before they had the rhinestone software where you could go in and create your templates. So I had to do rhinestone curves and stuff like that to make rhinestones. But yeah, I did rhinestones for a long time. Rhinestones have always been hot. And everybody loves the bling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Everybody loves the bling.
Blink and bling.
I just ended up stopped doing rhinestones because like I said, it was the time, the time being time consuming and stuff like that. So you have to kind of like pick and choose what it is that you like to do. But I still get to do some fun stuff. I get to screen print. We screen print on glitter, glitter ink. We do puff inks, and then I get to do fountain prints, a bunch of cool stuff. I might have something like this is a screen print here. So a lot of people think that you can't screen print different things, but you can. Now this is a simulated process print. Let me see if I can get that over there. So this is just one color print. It's just all white. So it actually looks more like it has gray in it, but it's just a one hit white. And so this is one that this is something that we do a lot of. This is a sublimation, a sample of sublimation right here.
That is nice.
To the thing. So these are just like print samples that this is, and so this is a screen print too. So if you look at that, you see the detail in this, the hairs and everything. So this is pretty much like what I really specialize in, is doing stuff like this with full detail. This is glitter. So this is a screen printed glitter design. With screen printed glitter,
look at that.
Yeah, with screen print, you can screen print glitter. So with screen printed glitter, the thing is, it's not as, to me, it's not as blingy sometimes, but it lasts. And this is just so now this right here, this old school transfer, right? That's on this shirt right here. Let me see if I can get it closer to y'all. Now I'm one of the few people that promote transfers, right? But it's because I know how to print a transfer because I've been doing it for so long. But this shirt here, this is just an old school transfer, and this has a print here on this sleeve, a print there on the front, and this is done on a 6-ounce t-shirt. The key to when you're printing, like if you're doing heat transfers, you have to use a professional heat press, a professional transfer, and it's all about your pressure, your technique, and using the right cotton. Like a lot of times people they use cotton that stretches. You have to use a tight weave cotton so that the polymer that's on the back of the transfer, so that it really stays in there, and then you got to stretch it a little bit. So I did that for a long time with transfers. This is a shirt here that was, so this shirt here, this is just like a test print that we were doing. This company is Sunrise, Smart Rise. So this company, and let me see if I have the actual shirt. I think this is the one that we ended up in the end, that they ended up with, the design they ended up with. So what we did with this shirt is, you see the tools. So they are an American company, right? And they sell tools, and they sell their engineering stuff. And so we had to come up with something for them to where they had a flag. So we took part of their logo, put it up there, made that the 50 stars, took the tools and designed the tools. So, this is a shirt that they're proud to wear. It's not just their company, I can't get it on the camera right. It's not just their company name on it. So this was a hard shirt to print. This really was a hard shirt to print when you're looking at these tools, because you cannot underbase the tools. You can't underbase the red on here. And this is on this particular shirt. That's why you got to know your fabrics, because this particular shirt right here, honey, this black canvas shirt, it sucks up ink.
Yeah.
So when you're dealing with, like, sometimes you'll have color shifts in the inks that you put on the shirt. So you have to already know that when I lay this ink on this particular shirt, it's gonna have a color shift. So that kind of tells you what to do with your inks. Like if I want a bright red. So for this shirt, I ended up going with more of a maroonish red, a darker red. But it's a lot of stuff that you can do. Now this right here, this is old. This is, you know what this is?
Transfer paper?
Yep, that's transfer paper.
You can stretch it too.
Because I know what to do. I know what to do. That's what I'm telling you. So I know what to do. They pay me for that information. That
is amazing.
So it's a bunch of different stuff that you can, do. And I still do, like, I don't do transfers much, but I'll do it like if it's a rest in peace shirt, something like that. When I stopped doing hip hop stuff and started getting into printing for corporations and stuff, I always said that, because in my community I was known as the heat press queen, right? So I started doing back when you used to get rest in peace shirts and everybody was airbrushing. Remember when they was airbrushing all over the shirt? So I couldn't airbrush. So in Corel, I started creating what was called computer airbrush. That's what I called it. I would tell them, well, I can computer airbrush. And so I started doing different, giving different shades and gradients and, stuff to shirts. And so I got really known for doing rest in peace shirts, but it got to the point to where it was just so many rest in peace shirts in my shop that I said, okay, I'm done. And so, but I still, that's one thing that I will do. If you come, because normally if you come to me, you're going to wait 10 days on an order. And that's another thing, is like, I don't let anyone rush me on anything, and I charge people for everything. So if you come to me and you need an order and it's less than 5 days, you're going to pay me that extra 20% onto the invoice. And so that's a lot of stuff that I see a lot of people who are in business is they allow people to rush them to do jobs. And, it's not, your procrastination is not my problem. And so a lot of people, and that's what runs a lot of people who are trying to get into the business. It runs them out of business because it's like, I took a job and I don't have enough time to do the job. And people are, I've had women that have called me and said, I take a job one day and they call me the next day, how the shirt's going? And you know what I tell them? What you mean, how the shirt's going? I don't say it like that. I said, well, but I will say, oh, they're not. I haven't even started those shirts. I haven't even looked at their design.
Yeah.
Because I'm busy. You have to always let people know that I'm busy. You're not sitting around. When people think you're sitting around twiddling your thumbs, waiting on them to call, oh, they'll give you the business. So, you have to just make sure that you get them the business back and you let them know that, hey, I can do this job for you. And that's part of when I say your expectations. When I take an order, they know, you already know when the order gonna be due. Then you're gonna pick it up. So don't stop, But,
exactly. What? And that's the main thing. You definitely let the people know, like, and like you say, in a very nice way. We have orders. We've had work before you. And so it's gonna be a couple of days before we even get around to even looking at what that is. Don't you worry, we gonna get it done.
Miss Sandy, That t-shirt, that transfer is a couple of years old. It's been washed. That's one of the ones that I wash all the time. Like I do that whenever I do stuff, I take shirts, and you should do it too. Is I take stuff and I keep samples out of stuff that I've done, and then I wash it over and over again so that whenever I'm doing training, I can show people. This is gonna crack after a while, this product. And I show, even with customers, I have bad prints and I have good prints. And that's one of the techniques that I use when I'm dealing with customers too. I will show you the lowest of the low quality, and I'll show you a higher quality shirt, so that if people see and they see side by side what they're getting, they're gonna pay me them extra few dollars to get a better quality product. And so a lot of people don't do that. They kind of, they just want to show people all of the good. But no, I'm gonna show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're my competitor and I don't like you, I'm gonna point out everything that's wrong with your shirt too. I'm gonna go buy your shirt from you and so because I know it's a dirty game out here.
It is.
And so yeah, but I don't have to do it. I try
not to act like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. But when I got in the door,
but I will.
Being a black woman and being a printer, because you have people coming at you from all ways. You have customers who think that you can't print because you're black, or that you're not going to be professional. You're not going to get your order out because you're black. And so they don't want to do business with you. And you have people that down talk you. So a lot of times for me, what I've had to do is tell people, well, did you know that I trained that company? That's why now I just tell a person, when people ask me something about me, I tell them, well, Google me. Because you hit Google, there I am. I don't care. You put in Latonna, I'm gonna come up. You put in Lady Print Boss, I'm gonna come up. You put in Latonna Robinson, so like I'm gonna come up. So then once people Google you, or they look for you on the search engine, and they see that in people's minds is, oh, okay, well, this person is legit. So I always tell people, when you start your business, that's why I tell people all the time, you gotta get online. You got to get online, and you got to build that social media presence. Like for me, when I started blowing up, because I'll say something like, when you say things, crazy stuff in these reviews and stuff, I had to go back and clean up that profile, honey. Let me go back and delete that comment. Because people are out there and people are watching. So you have to make sure that, when you're in the public eye and you're dealing with customers, that you are all clean and crisp.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I know me. I have to watch that, because I'm about to, I want to try to go on and do a little something extra, so I got to clean up all this stuff here around here. So when I go holler at them, they'll be like, oh my God, what is he? So, what all do you do?
So I do screen printing, right? And then I teach Corel Draw classes. So Corel Draw is a graphics design program that you can, it allows you the ability to color separate your artwork for screen printing, and also you can design. Corel Draw is so flexible, you can design anything in it. You can design anything in the program. It's a professional graphics program. It's pretty much like Illustrator. It's a vector program. So I teach those classes, and then I do marketing classes, email marketing. I do technical screen print consulting, which means hands-on. So companies, they'll hire me to come out to their location and either train employees or fix their process. And, it could be, sometimes I go in, the printing press could be a problem. You know, so I'm the person that it's good to have somebody come in from outside and look at what you're doing and tell you where you're being slowed down at and solve those problems. So people who want to solve their problems, hit me up. Hit me up. Because that's what I do, is I'm the problem solver. I come in,
Hey.
what's going on. And you know, and then I do so I do that for other screen print shops. And then I actually have a program where I mentor other women that are just getting into screen printing, or and it could be screen printing, dye sublimation, stuff like that. So every year, and this is going to be a new year, so I take on 12 subjects, and I help you go from start to beginning. So if it's anybody that wants to, you know, get in that, and that's free, that's my give back. That's my give back. So but I don't normally, from those 12 women, you may have one or two that end up finishing and that really just stick to it, because I'm that person that's going to hold you accountable. If you need somebody to hold you accountable, then, you know, I'm that person that's going to hold you accountable and kind of just sit down with you, give you the keys, give you the plan, put you on the track of what it is that you need to be doing, figure out your goals, and then help them reach their goals. Because I know it's a lot of women out here that's struggling, especially the single moms, you know. And so that's what I'm passionate about, is taking people and changing their circumstances.
Amen.
You know, you get you to where you making that high 6-figure income, or, you know, and get you on from going from, you know, from making a couple of $100 a week to where you at the point to where you can say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Like for me now, it's no better feeling than to wake up and you roll out of bed and it's money in your account. You see what I'm saying? You making money in your sleep.
Man.
Or, you know, or you get up and you say, okay, I'm gonna make $10,000. I need to make 10 grand this week. And then you do it. You see what I'm saying? I mean, can you just, when I sit and I think about it, it's like crazy. It's crazy that, you know, that you can say, okay, this is what you're gonna do. But if you trust the process and you stay in this business, you will succeed and you will grow. Because the business, it's the screen print business, the decorated apparel business as a whole, it's just growing. It's not going down, you know.
So earlier you say that you have a couple of sponsors. Um, what is it that you look for when you decide to take on a sponsor? And how do you, like, as far as like and another question that I was curious about, you know, you say there are different levels to this. You know, there are links and there's like sponsors where they're paying you a certain amount of money to do like a shout out. Could you go into a little detail and explain to the people the difference
Oh, you
between the
all up
links?
in my business, honey. You all up in my business. All up in my business. Okay. Yeah, tell me the question one more time.
All right. As you were saying earlier, you know, you say you do have a couple of sponsors, and I remember you were speaking earlier about you know, the difference between getting, you know, a link from a sponsor and actually someone paying you
Getting
to
a
do a
paycheck.
video.
Right. Okay. So when you start out, you know, first it starts out with, you know, with YouTube or with whatever social media platform that you own, and you want to get into affiliate marketing or into being affiliates with these companies. You have different companies that will take you on, and you're able to get a percentage of sales. So you can go to ShareSale. ShareSale is one of the companies that you go in, you get a ShareSale account, and then you apply to be an affiliate with these different companies, and they accept you or they don't, right? So that's one way. When you get into doing that, then you getting normally you may be getting anywhere 2%, not normally 3% to up to 10% commissions, right? And then you get into the sponsorships. The sponsorships, when you get to the levels to where you're now getting able to get sponsorships, that's at a point that you've gotten known, right? And so these companies, they feel that if, like for me, people feel like, oh, if she goes in, if I go in and I walk in the door and I tell you to use this next level brand shirt or this Thangz shirt, then, and that's what you start out with, you're normally going to stay with that product. If I come in and I tell people buy Big Boys inks, because these are the inks that I run in my system, right? Somebody's outside my house, y'all. Hold on, let me cut this down. These are the inks that I use. Then, and I start that person out using those inks, then they're going to keep using those inks, right? Unless something goes wrong. So for those companies that when you get to the sponsorships, those companies are paying you a set price. Like, and it can be a set price for a video. It could be a dedicated 5-minute video. It can be that you're on a contract with them to where you're mentioning their product within your videos. The only thing about it is you can't, like, I don't take on one thing about me. I can't be bought. I can't be bought, right? So I don't take on any product that I don't use or that I don't believe in. I haven't seen it work. I don't know, honey, where y'all come from. And, so I don't, just take it on. The thing about it is, like, when you're, so like for me, some videos you might see me do, a lot of times I just shout out companies because it's like, now I'm getting ready to shout out one of my distributors. I'm not getting paid for that, right? But it's where I get my shirts. Is a good thing. Sometimes you have to, like, when you're first getting started, right? And you don't have people who are coming knocking at your door, right? You have to make them recognize you. So one of the things that you can do is you can start, right? There you go. Okay. You start, like, you your biggest promoter. You are the face of your brand.
That's right.
So, and nobody can do it like you can either. I'm here to tell you that nobody can do it like you can either. Because
that's right.
You got that high energy going. So that, but you have to get out there and you can start doing videos. And in your videos, like for you, if you say, okay, well, hey, this shirt or this product, this is a good product. I use this product in my business. A lot of times, so you have these crawlers, right? That these companies, they have people who are the social media experts that they hire. And they have keywords in software programs to where when you mention a certain product, right? I don't want to give y'all too much, but when you mention a certain product, then they end up, they have that, target to work. Like, I can go on Google, and if you mention my name, I know that, okay, I can go back in my analytics and say, okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay, this company mentioned me, right? So companies will find you that way, and they'll start seeing, oh, this person uses our product, right? So let me reach out to that person. That's why you got to have your contact information on your YouTube channel and all of your social media handles. Like for me, if you're trying to get in contact with me, I'm Lady Print Boss, at Lady Print Boss everywhere, right? So you're either going to find me under at Lady Print Boss or Latonna Robertson. And that's why it's so important for you to make sure that you are on the internet and on social media so that companies can find you and that you're easily accessible. across all platforms. So because if I'm looking for you and I'm looking for a number, I ain't got time to be going over here and going over there and doing all these searches. I need to be able to go onto your YouTube channel, and I need to go over there and look at the About Us and see, let me see where they at, and get the information that I need to get. So you make these companies see you. You make them see you. And then a lot of these companies will offer you product. They'll offer you product to do product reviews, right? Because they know this is the game. They know that a lot of people are new to doing this, and they figure, oh, if I can get you to work for me for free, because I gave you a pack of sublimation paper, then I can get you to come out there and work for free, and I'm gonna send you free sublimation paper. You happy because, oh honey, I ain't got to buy no sublimation paper. I'm happy, right? But then you realize at a point that, dang, I made this company $50,000 in sales, and I ain't got nothing but some paper for it, right? So that's where you have to start negotiating. It's kind of like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. I need to back up and rethink this thing. So a lot of times what I do is I have a set list of what I charge. So you sit down and you figure out what you charge, and I don't want to just put my stuff out here on social media like this, but you can always hit me up, big boy, and we can talk, and I can give you the ins and outs, on what the going rate is for certain things. And that way you have a starting point. And a lot of times, if you don't know, if a company reaches out to you and they say, hey, we would like for you to, we would like to sponsor a video, and we're willing to give you the product, okay? You hit them back with, well, what do you normally, what's the compensation for this? What do you normally charge? Or I normally charge $2,000 for a video. What are you offering? Exactly. And in that way, you let them know that you're serious, and you also within that email is you let them know that you're looking for a ongoing relationship. You're not just looking for a one-time relationship. Like me, if I do a 5-minute video for you, and I don't do 5-minute videos, right? But if I do a video for you, you're gonna end up getting more than what you're paying for, actually, because if I like the product, I'm gonna shout that product out in different videos. Exactly. Right? So like you have these people who are out here and they do videos for like the Dollar Tree. Like, oh, I got this from the Dollar Tree, or I got this from the Family Dollar. You need to be contacting them stores, honey. Where your check? They need to pay. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay me for that. You got to pay me for them shout outs. But, we don't know. Sometimes you don't know. And so all of that type of stuff, like, you should be getting paid for if that's the avenue that you're going down and you're trying to build. If you're trying to build your business as a YouTuber and as an influencer, you want to get paid, and you want to be paid fairly. But at the same time, you also want to be able to bring the people good content. So anytime people are giving you, like if you are giving me merchandise, sometimes it's good to have these companies, hey, can you front me a printer so I can give to my subscribers, so I can do a raffle, and so they will give you they will also give you equipment for you to use. Some companies will give you I have a company that wants to give me a DTG printer, and it's a $50,000 printer, but and it's not for me to have, but for me to use. And then you use it and using it is just like having it, because you can use it to do their videos, and people are going to see it in videos, but you're also able to use it for a certain amount of time, and then they'll come and pick that up. And then when a new DTG printer comes, they may bring another one. Just depends on how good you're doing, if you have space for that type of thing. I'm not really into the DTG right now. So, I have to figure out if there's something that I want to do, because right now I'm only planning to do videos about two times a week.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. I kind of like where these live streams are going to. It seems like I think I like where people be a little bit more active and they, you ask questions. But I definitely want to drop videos too. Before we go on, I want to give a special shout out to our Children Matter, Mama Jemison. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Y'all know I gotta watch it how I shake it because like, you can't shake it crazy. Cause she's a lady. So I gotta shake it like a lady, y'all. Thank you, Mama Jemison. I appreciate you so much for the super chat. Thank you for all the love and the support. We appreciate you. And we definitely want to give a shout out to Miss Latonna. Can I give my admins, please, any of my admins in the room to definitely drop the link. So if y'all are not subscribed to the channel, y'all can go over and subscribe, because you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of content, even just your YouTube. You've been YouTube. How long have you been YouTubing?
I think I've been on YouTube since about 2012 or somewhere in there. I'm not sure. I think it's been going on about 10 years that I've been on YouTube. I think it's around that time. But y'all, hey, I do have a website, like I said, hey, latonna.com, LATONNA.com, or you can hit the ladyprintboss.com. You can Google me and find me. I'm all over the place. I'm very active on Facebook, on Messenger. So I'm on there too. But I'm not hard to look up.
And I know you go to bed early, so I definitely don't want to keep you up too late. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate all the love and the gems. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Okay.
Yeah, I just got up just to do this. I went to bed at 4:00. So
okay.
that's I have to keep my, I got some melanin. I might not have as much as everybody, but I got some, and I try to keep my skin together. So I get a lot of sleep. I get a lot of sleep. Yeah, I do. I get a lot of sleep.
Hey, let me tell you something. That is a blessing. I'm just not trying to learn that now, because I make sure I gotta take my beauty rest every day.
Yeah, yeah. But I've done that. My mom said that. My mama told me that she said, you've been going to sleep early like that since you was a kid. I've always, I can sleep it. I can sleep for days.
Oh wow. Girl, you sound like Sin.
Yeah, I can sleep for days. I love that sleep. I love to get in that bed. Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If you had, hold on, let me make sure, because I know I have a couple. I see you went. One thing I'm definitely curious about is you went to the expo, and that's one thing I'm definitely interested about. I'm thinking about going to the ISS Expo in Long Beach, California. You went to the one in Fort Worth. Could you give us give us a little detail? What is it like being there? Was a lot of people there? Is it something that you would, do again? Just a little,
So the expos, you have the ISS show. You also have the NBM show, which canceled because of the COVID. But there are several different shows, not just the ISS show, but all of them are geared to different crafts, right? Different things. But all of them are good to go to. I recommend them for anybody. Now you're seeing, you see a lot of different diversity at the shows. The shows are good for you to go to get motivation. It's good for you to go to get motivation. You have different vendors there that are giving out free samples. So it's always good to network with people that you're spending money with, right? If you're selling me a product, I want to see who you are. So the shows have, it's opportunity there. Even with some of the classes now, some classes are good, some speakers are good, some are not. you know. But it's good to attend. It's good to attend the shows because you'll see things that you would not normally that you may not know about. It may be a new process, a way of getting something done faster, a machine that's going to take your business from A to Z. The only thing you got to be careful at the shows are like when you at Vegas at the casino.
Oh man.
And you got the machines everywhere, and you got people trying to, the loan sharks there to give you the money. So you're gonna have, you got to be careful when you go to the shows. You go in, you look around, you see what they got, you do the free stuff. If it's a class that you really want to take, then you can get into some of the classes and learn some stuff. And but the shows are fun. The shows are fun. You just have to make sure that when you go to the show, that what I say about not being a consumer, make sure that you go with a business mindset, that I'm here to figure out how I'm going to make more money and not to just spend a whole lot of money.
That part.
That's the part.
I come to look and get free stuff. I don't come spend no money.
Yeah. So and it's okay. And it's okay, let me clean that up, y'all, because some of my sponsors might be watching. It's okay to spend money at the show, because I did have somebody tell me, Miss Latonna, you can't say that. But yeah, it's if you go, like for me, if I'm gonna buy a new screen print machine, I want to see it in person.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of things. For example, like the silhouette cameo. I promoted the silhouette cameo when it came out, right? I went to the show. I saw the machine in person. I said, okay, the servo blade in it, it cuts faster. This is a better machine. And so I put my name behind that machine. But as I started doing videos on the camo and I got the camo and I'm working with it, I started noticing, okay, it's got problems with the cut being off a lot. And it wasn't just with me, it was with a lot of people. So it's a lot of times you can go to shows and you can see something. And that was one of the things that I didn't look at the cut demo. I didn't look at, I seen it cutting vinyl, but I did not see the machine cutting, doing a printing cut, which was something that now I'm more careful at what I look at when I'm looking at stuff. So it's good to go in and see what's out there. And I mean, yeah, man, you can come away from the show with some good stuff. And they have sales at the show, especially if you are looking for equipment, you can buy the floor displays. And so you can come up. You can really come up at the show with some good equipment. You'd be like, because them companies, they done brought that stuff. They don't want to take it all the way back. So you'd be like, yeah, man, I take that, off your hands. So Ken?
They going wild out there.
Yeah, they going wild. It's going down. Sound like you got to fight. He must have heard him. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Ken with them dogs, man. I'm telling you, sometimes they get crunk up. But yeah, it wouldn't even be a bad idea for you as to try to get up in the show, and it may be too late to get into this show, but to get in as a vendor. See, this is the key, big boy. When you go to the show, register as a business, but don't register as a vendor or don't register as a distributor, because then you get into a different situation where they don't want you to come to the show because of the fear. You see what I'm saying? Because you're a vendor. But what you do is you register, you go to the show because you've picked up a good following. So see who you have, that's gonna be at the show in your following, and even to go there to the show for that and wear your shirt, you know, you wear your shirt, and then you might have you some little samples of something, or business cards, some candy or something. I don't know, you know, but yeah, and because sometimes you go to the shows and you'll end up running into some of your followers, and it can be a person who just really needed to meet you and talk to you in person to really see that you're approachable and stuff like that. I've had that because people for a long time people was like, she not approachable, but I am approachable. I'm your home girl from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And so I talk, if you reach out to me and you have a problem, it's so many times that in my inbox, so many people like, oh, I can't reach out to her because I gotta pay her. But no, if you having a problem, I'm gonna help you solve your problem regardless of payment or not. So it's a lot of times, and as I was saying about that program that I do with the 12 women, if anybody's interested in that, look me up on social media, and or on the go to my channel, and you can hit me up and let me know that you're interested in that, and then I'll see if you qualify, because I only take a few people in on it, women that I feel that are able to do the things that they need to do and complete it, but it's absolutely free. So take advantage of it because other people do.
Man, that's the business right there. I mean, to be able to be mentored by a legend in the game, you know what I'm saying? That's amazing, I just, man, I'm so happy that you came on, you know what I'm saying? Because you have so much knowledge, and that's what I want to bring, to my show, you know what I'm saying? Just letting the people who out there, even the people who've been in here for a while, you know what I'm saying? We all need the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Half the stuff, I'm over here halfway just writing stuff down because
Man, but I tell you what though, you have some good content, and the people that are on here, I see a lot of good people, on here, and you can learn something from everybody, from people who are new in the industry, people who have I've never met a person that I didn't learn something, that I couldn't learn something from. Even if I don't like you, I can still learn something from you. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
now, who the hell is knocking on my door at this time of the night? Hold on, wait a minute.
Let me put some pimping in. I'm sorry.
Hello? Oh, you got it? What you doing, a progesterone? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, it's a one of Ken customers, I guess. He do dog breeds, he do progesterones and everything in the middle of the night. They coming for it. He been on it. So
ain't nothing wrong with that. Say when it's time to get to that money, it's time to get to that money.
But me, I be, who is this?
So,
Yeah, but
ain't nobody coming for those shirts at this time of the night.
Right. Ain't nobody coming for those shirts. Well, don't nobody come here for shirts anyway. But but yeah, I be trying to see, shoes, what's going on out here. Folks knocking on doors, ringing doorbells. That camera got you though,
Ching,
So
ching.
yeah.
What they say? What they say back in the day? Smile, you're on candy camera.
Right. It was something that I was going to tell you, and I didn't forgot. It went out from my the phone went to ringing, and I totally forgot about what I was going.
They were talking about the ISS show.
Yeah.
Vendors and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what.
I think I'm gonna wait till next year because I really want to let my people get a hold of me first. But I think I'm gonna start selling on Amazon and all that old stuff. I think I'm about ready to go on, branch out. You know what I'm saying? I want to give my people, a shot at the good ink and all that good stuff first. Now we
Yeah.
now we finna get to the money.
Yeah. I would go to the shows, start going to the shows here that's local. Going to those shows, and even these mom and pop shops, like you have different like some of the big shops that sell wholesale t-shirts and stuff like that. They may not let you in, but you have a lot of places now, just a plug, just a thought, that you could go in and you can market your inks to, that you could go in and say, hey, I'll come in and put my product in here in your place as a vendor, and it ain't gonna cost them a dime, okay, to put your product in, and you give them X amount off of each sale.
Oh yeah.
I used to do that with my t-shirts when I first started screen printing. I would come up with my designs, and this may be what I end up doing, because I'm gonna stop printing for the public pretty soon. So I may come up with a brand and then take my brand to different smaller shops that are looking for something new and something hot. And hey, I put this in here in your shop on a consignment. That's what it's called, a consignment. And you can really glow up like that. So if you want to talk about that, I can I can kind of help you with that, talk to you about that.
I so appreciate you. That's really my next step. My first batch. I might even wait till after this batch is gone, because we still on level 1 grinding mode.
Yeah, Amazon takes a lot of your money as a business. I have my t-shirt calculators on Amazon. Amazon takes a lot of your money. Only thing you need to do, big boy, to get those inks out there is to do. You need to really do that Facebook advertising.
Oh yeah.
Do
I'm gonna check it out.
Do $5-10 promotions. My son, my youngest son, Ken Jr.,
yeah,
he'll hook you up.
Okay.
He's a social media expert.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting on I'm waiting on my batch to come in. I used to have these really big bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like breaking news for everybody. Like, I'm going with the littler bottles this time, the 250 milligrams.
Yeah.
Because, like, I guess me thinking I'm from Texas, we think big. We get the big ones, we ain't got to worry about it, but, DTF ink is kind of expensive. So, with me getting the littler bottles, it'll make it easier for people to, you know what I'm saying, get the process started.
Because the thing about that is that's a perfect way of thinking, because the thing about that is that if you sell the smaller bottles, like people, they just, I just want to try it out, right? Well, once they put their ink in the printer and they see how good it is, they're gonna end up getting the bigger bottles. So I would definitely, that's something that you definitely need to do.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's just, it's like a learning process. In the beginning, I didn't know, and I didn't know who to ask, because you never know who out there gonna be thinking the same thing, try to do it. You know what I'm saying? Before you, know what I'm saying? Well, just what I told people, just what I told people I was gonna do this, it was a lot of hating. I went through the getting kicked out of groups, and you know what I'm saying, seeing how people looked at you. Some dude was like, oh, you need to wait like 2 or 3 years and do your research. I'm like, do I look stupid to you? Why would I wait 2 or 3 years to drop my stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's just,
you really getting in there, you getting into DTF at the beginning. Mm-hmm. And so you'll be a trailblazer. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So when it all comes down to it, and this thing pan out and work out, you're gonna be in there. You're gonna be in there. So but you're gonna get haters with everything that you do. I got haters. People hate all the time. Even, like I have a problem with communicating even with other YouTubers, other crafters, people who are out there doing things, because I have such a strong personality that people think that, hey, you're not approachable, or oh, I can't tell her this or that. When I started with my t-shirt calculators, coming out with that, I had a lot of haters, a lot of people trying to steal my product and stuff like that, but I just persevered. And I haven't dropped I'm gonna drop a new and improved version of my t-shirt calculators, and because I haven't dropped anything in the past 2 years, and I got a lot of people that's been waiting. But honestly, I had I code, and in order for you to I had a father that was a mathematical genius. The man was a mathematical genius, and I ended up inheriting some of that skill. But when my daddy died, I just drew a blank, and I hadn't been able to even calculate, to add and stuff like that. And it takes, to create these formulas, it take a lot. And so now I'm back on track. I've been praying on it and stuff. And so the block is gone. So I'm finna drop it. It's going to go hard. It's going to be hot. So y'all look for it. Because I'm going to drop it before the first of the year. Because people will start talking about you, be like, oh, that bitch, she done went cuckoo crazy. She can't remember nothing, you can't, so I'm just, gonna get that back on and get that going. But you're gonna have haters, but one thing about it is your haters are gonna elevate you and be your motivation to take you to the next level. Because as a people, we're strong, right? And so when you realize that you're not built to break, then it's nothing. Everything just, you just shake your haters off, y'all. You just shake them off, because that, hey, no matter whatever is going on, you, like, for me, I try to do one thing every day that's gonna be for me, gonna make me happy. And when I get tired in this game, like, sometimes you have to stay off of Facebook. Sometimes you have to take breaks, right? Because sometimes you take you get on these groups and you see all these other people doing all this other stuff, right? And I'll tell you, you will hear me say all the time, I'm not a crafter. I'm not good at crafting, right? I'm not good at crafting. I'm not good at making nothing. What I am blessed with, God gave me the ability to see something and reproduce what I see. Now, am I a copycatter? I don't copycat, but I would see something and I would draw inspiration from it. And if anything that I see, big boy, I can, from the time that I've been a kid, I can draw it, reproduce it. And so once you know your gifts, that can't nobody take nothing from you. So a lot of times I may see people that's doing something, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And you can easily get off focus of what it is that you're trying to do in the road that you're trying to go down in life, right? So sometimes you gotta stop watching the Joneses, stop watching what they doing and do you. And that's what I do. Thank you, 755. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, you have to, and that's something that I have learned in life. My father told me, my father had in 2000, and I think it was 2013, he had epilepsy. He had a massive seizure, which is called a grand mal. It put my daddy in a coma for 3 months. Okay. Ooh. For 3 months. Anybody that has ever dealt with a situation like that knows that after a week, the hospitals, they trying to kill you. Yeah. Right. So I had to really fight the system to keep him alive and to keep, because I knew that God hadn't told me that he was gone. Right. And I had so much faith and love that I just knew that, you know, he was gonna pull out. We had a conversation, and my father always would tell me, you know, don't you pull the plug on nobody when it, you know, you give them time. So as long as I seen, you know, some progress. But when my dad finally ended up coming out of a coma, he had a long road to recovery. But one day we were sitting down because my daddy, my dad was, his craft was, he was a skilled craftsman at making dice. He made trick dice. He made dice. He sold dice all over the world. He sold dice in to the casinos in Vegas. And my father never got on the internet. He never got on the internet, and he was nationally known, right? Customers would call, companies would call, and they would say, you know, hey, I need to place an order for 500 dice. And he would have to put me on the phone. They would mail him a money order or a check because he didn't do it. He was very old school. And then they waited on him to make the dice and send the dice. And he built his business very old school. He had a book where he wrote down his customers and he would call his customers, and he did everything over the phone. So I was like, man, this is pre-internet. But I asked him when he came out of a coma and went through therapy and everything, I asked him one day, I said, Daddy, what happened? He said, oh, I had been working 3 nights straight trying to get these orders out, and I hadn't got any sleep. And he told me he said, don't let your customers kill you. That's when I stopped printing 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because I used to go in at 8, and if it's 1, 2 o'clock at 8 in the morning, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, the next morning I'm still there. That's when I stopped doing that type of stuff, and I started thinking, because he would tell me all money ain't good money, and to back up off of doing like certain work, this is tedious and you're not making enough money for it. So I started looking into my health more, and so that it just changed my whole perception on how life is and how things work. You know, I saw that man come back from dead. You know, I literally taught my father how to walk again, and we just nursed him all the way back to health, you know. So it just you know, was you know, it was something. So it really taught me a lot. But and that's why I am now with, as far as making sure that I get paid and I get mine. You got to make sure you get yours in this life. The baby's booty said, like they trying to kill me now. Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Because when you work yourself into where your blood pressure high, or you having issues, and you start having health issues, they're gonna call somebody else. So you know, that's why you have to, you know, that's why I price the way I do. That's why I price the way I do, big boy, is I make sure that I'm making enough money for me to survive and enough money for me to put back, to where I know that when it gets to a point that I can't print anymore, that I know that I'm going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Because he worked, and he didn't have, and Daddy didn't have to work like that. He had been, I mean, the craft pretty much died out with him. He didn't have to work like that, but he did, you know. And so
that's what we kind of like, that's what we like taught and instilled, but that's the way to bring us to an early grave.
Yeah. I'm biased. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have took y'all down that lane. Okay.
But that's what we want. We want the real on the Big Boy Show. That's what we want.
Yeah.
We want the real.
You just have to, you know, you just have to, yes, ma'am. We got to make those changes and make that money chase us. You know, we do. You know, you just do. And so you just have to, you know, something like, for me, I started looking at, okay, what I'm making more money off of doing. Okay, well, I make a lot of money off of doing this. This right here, this takes me longer to make this, and I'm not really making money off of this. And so I just have even with big customers. Sometimes you get big customers that they spend a lot of money with you, but the headache that they give me is like the stress level is up here. And you know, it's kind of like, okay, hey, I ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, I look at Ken and his business, and I'm like, man, he don't have no stress. You know, it's like he's like, these dogs gonna sell. So you know, he don't have no stress. And you know, people, they drop $2-3 grand for a dog like it ain't nothing with him. And so I just realized that sometimes you have to go after a different type of customer. You know, sometimes you got to go after a different type of customer.
That's right. Because we can't kill ourselves.
Yes, ma'am. Baby's Buddha says she works because she's nice. And they taking advantage of it. Yes, ma'am. They will. They will. They sure will. They'll take advantage of it.
Yes, it is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. It's hard. I hate. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but yeah, I hate to disappoint people too. But I can't be laid up. Can't be laid up in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we got our family to take care of.
Right. And you know, the thing is, you take on the jobs that you can take on, you allow yourself the time that you need to get the job done. Like I have people they'll call and they'll be like, hey, I need to get 500 shirts and I need them shirts to begin. You do them, have them ready by Friday? No. And the thing is, a lot of these people, they may even, it's been times that I rush to get orders done, and they don't pick them up to that next week. You see what I'm saying? So you can't let another person's procrastination be your problem. It's different if you have something like a funeral or memorial service or something that's out of their control. But if people are having a family reunion, or if a company is having an event, if a business needs shirts for their employees, they know that they need that product, right? So they know, with them knowing that they need that product, they know that they need to order timely. And when they don't, that's when you train them by making them pay you an extra fee, right? So when you hit them with that rush fee, a lot of times people hit me and they'll say, okay, and I'll say, okay, well, that it's you know, normally the price is going to be $500 and it's an extra $250 for you to get it as a rush. All of a sudden, it don't need to be a rush.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it's in how you word it and how you approach it. Like for me, I do a lot of emails, so a lot of my quotes are coming through email. So a lot of times it's like how you word it. And even when you go and you fill out my quote form, it tells you, it asks you like how soon do you need this merchandise, and then it will in parentheses it says, you know, any orders that are processed less than 5 days, there's a 50% rush fee, whatever the rush fee is for that item. And so that kind of kills a lot of stuff from people, you know. And the thing about it is, when you rushing to do something, you always mess up.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times you rushing to do something. It's been times that I done took in orders that are just headaches, right? And then I have an order that comes in that's easy peasy that I could have made big money off of, but I can't do that because I'm over here dealing with this job that has these 6 colors and the alignment on it. It's hard to get, the artwork is crap, and I can't go over here and get this easy money because I'm dealing with this. You see what I'm saying? So I like leave that door open to make sure that, like, even in my work week, I always leave room for at least one rush job.
Exactly.
I have that room, and I stock So right now I stock all shirts. I stock a lot of shirts. I got about $40,000-$50,000 worth of shirts in stock. But normally I only stock, and that's because of COVID. So I could be ready, but normally I only stock white shirts, white and black shirts, because people are going to have an event. And at the last minute, you call at the last minute, I got these white shirts for you that I can do digital prints on, or I got these black shirts that I can knock you off a one color screen print job on. And so I keep that stuff for last minute orders, because you can make a lot of money off of a rush job, but I keep my rush jobs simple. So if you're going to get a rush job and you last minute, you're going to take the shirt that I have to offer, and we're not going to do a full color design. We're going to do one print location on one side. And seriously though, no, seriously, because I mean, a lot of other printers are not going to do it. And I know my base, and I know what's going on in my community, and I know what you can get done from what you can't get done. So I'm going to offer you an alternative of what I can do for you, right? Because it's the Latonna show.
Exactly.
And people, when you present it to them like that, you'd be surprised how many times people will just go on with it. They
got no choice.
Yeah, I told a lady, I said, these shirts are normally $8 a shirt, but right now, COVID is going on, and it's a shortage of shirt. These shirts are going to be $10. Exactly. And would you like for me to put you in a budget shirt? Maybe I can do some less for you, get you down to that $8. Are you fine with going into a budget shirt? Oh, she didn't want to go in that cheap shirt. She hit me back and she said, oh, well, if it's $10, it's $10. Maybe the price will go down in the summer. Can we go ahead and place that order? Send it over so I can get you paid. And sometimes when you just up front with them and you just tell them, oh, no, we ain't got it. We ain't got that. We can't, I can't do it.
I just like to keep it 100 with them. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100 with them. It is what it is. Ain't nothing we can do. Give a shout out to my boy Flawless right quick. Miss Dawn said she had her first heart attack at 39.
Oh, sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better. Yes. Carmen says set boundaries in your business. Yes, ma'am. You have to set those boundaries and let people know what you expect, and what you expect of them, what they can expect of you, what you can do from what you can't do. I have people that call, and one of the things that the way that people get you, they'll call, they'll say, yes, ma'am. So I went to this print shop and I was trying to get so and so and so, and all I wanted was this easy design, and they couldn't do it, and this, that, and other. And so then normally you'd be like, oh, okay, well, send it over to me. Then you get it and you see why the other print shop didn't do it, or they'll call you and they'll tell you, somebody did some work for them and they didn't like it. I have people who have gone from shop to shop to shop to shop. You see what I'm saying? And nobody, when people call you and they start bad mouthing other people, don't get excited and think, oh, I'm gonna get them as a customer. You better start watching that person, because that person might have a problem that nobody can satisfy. You exactly. See, or sometimes it's that I'll tell them, straight up, for what you're trying to get done, this is not something that can be screen printed, or this is not something that can be done this way, and so that's the thing that you have to let them know up front, so they'll know. Like, I've had people come to me with other jobs that other printers have printed and tell me, oh, well, this doesn't look right, this is another, and I'll look at it and I'll say, no, that's how it's gonna look. Yeah, that's how it's gonna look. Let me see your artwork. Well, that's what you gave them. That's what you got. But I put it in a nice way. And I let people know, this is what what you're gonna get. Like I told you, with when you're screen printing glitter, especially the silver glitter, it's not as blingy as if you were to do glitter in vinyl, right? So a lot of times as a screen printer, I have to have that in my shop, because a lot of people have seen vinyl, right? and so the vinyl glitter. So I show you the two different methods so that you can decide, do you want to pay this price or do you want to pay this price? Which one, so that you know before you get something, and then you be like, oh, okay, that doesn't really bling to me.
Huh. That right there, that way you don't have to worry about them getting all upset.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about them getting upset. You have to let them know what, like what the process is, or what things like what you can print on. With screen printing, you can print on just about anything, but sometimes, like if I wanted to screen print on leather, I could screen print on leather, but there are additives that I need to add to the ink. And so a lot of times people, they may not want to pay for that, or they may not want to go through that extra process, or the printer may not have known that that was what they needed to do, So it's a lot of stuff, but you just tell people up front, and then that way you avoid all the headaches. Well, when customers become a headache for me, I cut you off and move to better customers.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hold up, it's not a rush. It's not a rush, but they need them. LOL, these customers are so demanding until they have to pay more money.
Yeah, they are. And you know what? When that's why, like for me, I noticed that when I started doing invoices and I would have everything there on the invoice, or if I had it posted on the website, the times and stuff like that, it kind of made it a lot easier. Like on my Facebook page, when you go to the Facebook group, for not Facebook group, but on my Facebook business page for T-Shirt Shop Dallas, I have, in Facebook, you can put frequently asked questions there. So if a person comes on there and they say, how much is a custom T-shirt? I have a automatic reply. Or if they say, hey, can I get T-shirts by such and such day? Or can I buy just one shirt? I have all that stuff on automatic reply, because I used to sit there and have to, you're trying to work, you're trying to catch emails, and then you're looking at all these different platforms, and you going and checking all of them. So that's one tip, is to have your stuff on there to where it already kind of let them know, and it's times that we have to do rush orders. If you need that money and you're able to get it, then you have to get it, but you set it up, if you have your stuff set up in a way to where, like I said, with me, I would keep black shirts and white shirts, and I know, okay, I can do a rush order and I can get this out, then I will do it. I don't do any rush orders now. I don't do anything now because I'm lazy. My kids, they will. Them boys, they will, because they are. Oh yeah, they'll knock it out. If it's money coming, they're gonna knock it out. They don't care if they're watching the game or what they doing. They'll put the TV there. They're gonna stay in that shop, and they will knock it out. To get it. And that's the thing, is like, for me, we never not complete a job. Like if I tell you that I'm gonna have that job done, I'm gonna have it done. I have pictures of me being in hospital rooms during the time of dealing with my dad through his years of epilepsy and problems, of me being in the hospital on a computer where I would take pictures and you could see me working, because I'm gonna still get the job done through any type of adversity that I'm going through. So once you commit to that job, now you're in a situation where you got to get it done. So I always try to give myself enough time to do the job. Just lucky for me that I'm not the only person that can print the job. I can print, my husband can print, the kids can print. And so, and they didn't want to print until they're just now getting to, like, all these years I started printing T-shirts because of my son. He was the one, ZZ was probably about 9 or 10. And he came to me with a book, with a Source magazine book. It was an article on hip hop. Mama, let's do this. And so I started doing it. And then he didn't want to do it no more. But now they like, We need shoes. You ain't on your game. You need to be doing. We need to be making this. Now they ready to make money because they grown men now. They done hit 30. So they ready now they ready, but it took me to pull back from them and say, okay, y'all don't want to print. Okay, well, y'all going on out there, get some jobs, figure it out. Now it's like, oh shoot, we can't make. Where you gonna make $40 an hour at?
I just don't like. I don't like nobody putting no cap on my.
You see what I'm saying?
Anyway.
So I tell them, I said, okay, well, where you gonna make the money at that you get from me? So they ready to print now.
Ready to go.
Yeah, they be on it. They be on it now. Oh, you need them. I'm talking about to the point of where it's shocking. It's shocking to me that I can give them an order and they can print the order from start to finish, not call me, box it up. It's done. It's because they always have been sheltered, and it's like I've always had to stand over them. And then when I say, hey, y'all, I'm finna retire, for them to say, oh, no. I tell y'all what, I'm gonna sell this business. No.
No.
And now it's like, okay, you've been playing all this time. And so it's wonderful to see. It's good to see that my work is going to the next generation for them to, and that's what we need to do as people, is to make sure that we leave something for them seeds, and that they're able to have an easier life than what we had. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
You don't want to work all your life to build something, and then you ready to retire, and then it just doesn't move on. So you want that. That's what I want, and it makes me happy to know that, okay, if they can't do nothing else, them Negroes. Oh, sorry.
Girl, you better say it. Girl, you better say it.
They can screen print, and they can make their own money. They don't have to worry about working for anybody or wanting anything, because they have everything. I've put in the work, not just for me, but for them to get the fruits of my labor. So it's, when you think of that, and that's why I'm so passionate about women and helping women and men who have kids, because when you see that you have raised your kids and now they're able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and they're able to get out there and make it off of that, that, okay, my job well done.
Exactly. Let me give a shout out. Appreciate my boy Rob Beats coming in, and just to touch on what you were saying. That's one of the reasons why I'm definitely doing what I'm doing, because just to drop. I don't want to name drop, but just use my boy use Cosmos Inc. Shout out to Flawless in the building. Big Boy Inks, the way it's going, DTF, like I say, it's I don't really see it going in the world. My kids, I see them, they sit, it's to the point where, you just wake up and you check the Etsy account, you get the order together, and you send it off to the mailbox, and it's good. You like done for the day. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
And it get to the point where you don't even have to do that. You get somebody else. I think nowadays they have couriers that'll come to your house and pick it up. So, I tell people like this, can we leave our children something else besides debt?
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you something too. See, like, so I'm 52 now. My way of designing, that I design things and stuff now, is I have my son, he'll come and tell me, I'll do something, Mama, that's old. They bring that younger generation, they bring it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They keep it going. So when I need to come up with something new, like my nephew, he walked through the door all the time, be like, oh, this bad. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it? I'm checking out what they got on. Ain't it? Can you make this? Can you make something similar to this? I'm like, man, that's icy. So a lot of my inspirations and stuff I'm getting from them. You know, so I tell people all the time, if you have kids, young kids, you see what they like. You know what I'm saying? See what they like and pull that stuff from them, because I'm telling you, they bring that fire. They bring that fire. My oldest boy, that boy, when he was like 13, 14, oh, got the beautifulest hair. Oh, he's cute. He was a cute youngster. And I was and I was in there and I'd be working and stuff. I'm talking about his, like, him growing up in that environment, in that sales environment. It gave him the skill to talk to anybody. He's not afraid to talk to any walk of life. And he could sell. And, you know, he was selling so much stuff for me that the lady down the way that she had a jewelry shop. And I looked up one day, she had him posted outside of her store, pulling the girls in, selling jewelry. So, you know, I have one that can, but everybody has their method. Like ZZ, he's the one that can talk to customers and have that charisma and give you that customer service. And then he can print. Adrian, which we call him Pookie, he doesn't like to talk to people, but he is the best prep man ever. Like, he will get the job done. If you got a job that needs to be set up, it needs to be done. He's the one he's going to be the one that's behind the scenes, that's making it all happen. You see what I'm saying? And so and then I have my daughter, Kiana, and Kiana she's so smart, man, that on the computers and stuff, she just like me. She gonna return the emails. And so when you raise them up, they all do something. Now, my oldest girl, she don't want nothing to do with t-shirts. She don't want nothing to do with it. All she want to do is just leave me a little something and I'm good.
There you go.
But, you know, it's good to see that you give them those skills to become an entrepreneur and to, you know, to really build. So it's just a good feeling. You know, we just have to leave money for generations.
You know, another thing I think of too is that, especially in Dallas, you know, I'm probably a lot of people won't know some of these things, like the good looks and you know, just a lot of these, you know, we need to teach our kids too, because like something happened to us and it's like we give and they don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing they do is sell it or run it down in the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure, just like you were saying, that the people, you know, whoever we leave it to, they know what's going on, because you can have a very lucrative business. And I see it all the time, especially NFL. You have a very lucrative business and the father know what's going on, but they pass it down to the son, especially, I'm saying this again, especially in the NFL, they pass it down to their son and they don't know what the bloop, 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 bloop is going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're exactly right about that, because like you said, with the good lucks, when you look at different stuff and you see, even with Henderson's Chicken and different places that you see that parents have started businesses, and then when they're gone and the recipes are gone, the kids are not doing it, and then next thing you look up, it's somebody else totally running, and then it's down. So, you know, they'll run things into the ground. So you just have to make sure that as you raise your kids up, that they are a part of the business. Like with my father's craft, it's gone. I have thousands and thousands of dice. I don't know what to do with them, who to sell them to. And so the craft is gone because none of us took the time to learn it. You see what I'm saying? And that was something that, so, you know, it's kind of like, and I have people that, you know, I could call Vegas and say, okay, well, hey, I have this, I have that, but I don't even know you know, it's not packaged, so I don't know what they are. So I just keep them as, you know. So you just have to make sure that, you know, that you do everything that you can while you're here to make sure that your kids, as they grow up. But see, like with you, with the inks, think about in 10 years, what's that's going to be. In 20 years, what's that's going to be. You're going to have a big old manufacturing plant. I'm telling you. Yeah, you know. And so it's just gonna grow, and you just gonna have that residual income coming in. That's what it's all about, is making money in your sleep. You know, and
I love it now.
And that's why I tell people that you have to, like, for people who actually print, like with me, actually screen print, how long do you want to screen print? Or how long are you going to be able to use your hands to make something? You have to get to a point to where you can either hire help or you can outsource that stuff. And, you know, that's why it's good to have other lines of business that where you have other streams of income that are coming in, to where you're not doing the physical labor on stuff. Because it's going to come a point when we all going to retire. And, you know, in this business, you ain't got no 401k. You got to be your own.
That's it. And that's one thing I definitely say in this business. That's why I work so hard, because I'm one of those entrepreneurs my whole life. And you go on vacation down there to East Texas a couple of times. The next thing you look up, you're about 35. And, you know, I look at people like that's 55, 60. They don't have no 401k, no retirements. And I'm glad I looked at it early and be like, what am I going to do? Because I'm not the working type. So I knew I had to find something that would give me a residual income where I don't have to do all this work. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I'm truly blessed. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you sure right. You make that money, and don't let it make you, you know, and put it up. Like I tell people, you know, is I splurge. I do splurge every now and then, but a lot of times, you know, we in that habit of soon as you make it, it's spent. Soon as you make it, it's spent. You can't do that. You know, you can't do that. You have to make sure that you are putting up something in an account. Like I have most of the stuff that goes on my website, or even with my affiliate links, right? My affiliate links, your YouTube channel, monetizations and stuff like that. You should have a separate bank account that all of that stuff is just going into, that you shouldn't touch.
Yeah.
That's because that's not your main business. Your main business is selling your ink. So you have all of that stuff. You have all of that other stuff as your side hustle. You have that in a bank account to where that's growing. And then you can take that money and invest that money in something else. Like right now, I have on my Amazon influencer store, I have never pulled any money out of it.
Wow.
I've never pulled any money out of it. It's just sitting.
Yeah.
So if I need it, I you know, you know, for a rainy day. But
hold on, let me ask you a question.
Ways that you can save.
Is it like that with YouTube?
With YouTube, they send you. YouTube pays me out every month on the 24th.
Oh, well, I was curious. I was like, because I never put my payment information in there, but I didn't want to.
Okay, so if you haven't put your payment information in there, that money is just gonna be sitting. Like I did not start getting payments for, I think it was about 4 years that after, because I only got monetized within probably the last 5 or 6 years, right? Is when I started. That was when I started putting paid. Because at first it was like, okay, I don't really need any money. I'm just on here doing what I'm doing. So I'm not monetizing anything. So it was like, okay, I'm going to put up what I put up. And my youngest son is the one who put me on the YouTube stuff, right? So it was about 4 years had went by, and one day he came over. This is my 20-year-old, and he's real tech savvy. He came over and he said, "Mama, you making any money off of YouTube? You got I think he said, you got 5,000 subscribers. I said, well, I ain't got no money off YouTube. What YouTube money? He said, Mama, you let me have your phone. And he went in there and he looked. He said, Mama, you never sent this pin code. The pin code, you never went back in and applied the pin code that they sent to the house. So he did it. Next thing I know, I had $600. I said, oh, shit. I write money out for the YouTube. Let me see. Let me start making some videos. So it'll sit there. It'll just sit there, until you start, using. Then once you do, they'll start paying you out. They'll pay you out every month on whatever date that they do. For me, it's the 24th of the month. So I know that every 24th of the month, I know that I have that income coming in.
Yeah, I can't wait. I just went ahead and finally put it in for I guess I said I spend them few little dollars on Christmas.
Yeah. They'll start putting it in, and the more videos you make, like a lot of people think that you have to have just a whole lot of views. Like in the beginning, you might have 100 views, 200 views, 300 views on a video. It's the watch time. It's the watch time. So like how we've been on here 3 hours. You see what I'm saying? It's the watch time that makes the money. So, you might have, let's say you might have 1,000 people that the video is showing. 1,000 people watch the video, but if they clicked on the video and they stayed on the video 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute, and they clicked off, then you're not going to really make that much. But if they watched the video and they stayed on that video 4 minutes, 5 minutes, you have to look at your see what your CPM is on your videos in the back end and see, okay, how long people are staying on my videos. And that's why people have the video intros and stuff like that, in the video, so that people can stay longer. It's all about the watch time. It ain't about the subscribers. It's about that watch time.
Yeah, I thought it was about the views. I didn't think it was about how long they watched.
Yeah, it's about how long they watched. But we'll talk about that.
Well, girl, like I said, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep you with a head you all night, girl. We got people that wrote whole books. Girl, you have come on here and dropped so many gems. We all like in awe. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you so much. We definitely gonna have to get you in here for some go talks and freestyle Saturdays and just you be asleep. I'm sorry. Well, we have one night.
We'll see.
And you know what? I'm gonna have to get you up here with your girl. I'm gonna see if I can't get you two together, get you and Sin up here together. I bet that'll be a hoop.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'll be down for it. Just tell her bring that squeegee and make sure it's sharp. Oh yeah, I love seeing, man. I love seeing. She that girl, I mean, she do everything on she do so much, and she doing it all by herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
As a single mother, she doing it all by herself, and she killing it. She killing it. I love seeing.
Yes, I love seeing. She was up here last week. She is so cool. And I told her I can't wait to get down to her. She is just so nice, so cool, and tall.
She's tall. I told you she got that. I know she got that workout with seeing. I got in there. I said, well, let me do this here. I got in there and see all of a sudden she dropped down. I said, oh, hell no. When you start doing them knee exercises, I'm like, oh no, I can't get with you on that one right there. Let me cut that video off.
Yeah, see, you gotta take her slow. She gotta take
it slow on me, because I was like, oh man, I'ma just watch the screen print videos, because that exercise is she go hard.
Yeah, she does. So last question I ask everybody before we wrap up tonight: what can we expect from you in the future, Miss Latonna?
my plan in the future, and hopefully this will happen. Hopefully it'll happen before summer. Is I'm going to open up a retail space. That's the only thing that I have left to do is I want to go back into retail, and I'm gonna sell merchandise that's geared towards the city, different city shirts and stuff like that. And sell vinyl and different products, and then just have do my screen print training classes and stuff like that. So that's pretty much about the only thing that I have left to do, other than sit down and take care of these bulldogs. That's the only thing. That's really the only thing that I have left to do is to find. And I've just been having a hard time finding that retail space, because the price of everything has gone up in Dallas. And so it's just hard to find the space for me to be able to do kind of like a crafter space. How the crafter spaces are. And people can come in, they can rent the machines and stuff like that. If you got an order that you need to do, stuff like that. So that's what's on my agenda. And hopefully God will bless me, and I'll be able to get it done with the help of some really good sponsors. So if y'all out there watching, y'all help a sister out. We're gonna need some equipment and things like that, to get it done. So I'm gonna reach out to some people and see if I can get that done. But it's really just about finding the space, and me getting in the mental mindset that I'm going to do this one more time. Like every time I left screen printing, came back, I'd be like, oh, I got this one more again. But as you get older, it's like, do I really, want to do that? And so I'm going to end up transitioning out of printing for the public to just printing stuff that I want to print. And then my boys, if they want to continue printing for the public, they'll do that. And I have, I have my little retail shop, and put somebody in there to work, and then I'll just come in and do classes and stuff like that. Because I really need another training facility. It's holding me back, now, because it's so many people who are wanting to get trained, and I have to go to these companies. But there are a lot of smaller people who just starting out, and they don't have they don't have a shop for me to come in and train them, or they want to see the equipment first. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Yeah. Volume stage.
And I got a couple of books that I'm working on too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a couple of books. It's about time for me to be published.
Yes.
It's about that time. You know what I'm saying? I got to keep up with them siblings.
Yeah, you got.
They gonna let them outdo me. Yeah.
That's you know what, and that's definitely gonna be a must read, because I see about 4 people already in the chat already trying to RSVP.
What is that? RSVP. Okay. I got
as soon as that book come out, they gonna be ready.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see, but that's what I want to do is just have it written down, and hopefully it'll become a legendary book, like how Scott Freshner's book is, and so I mean I read his book as 18, 19-year-old girl, and then when I started getting in these groups, the man is retired now. And then he reached out to me one day in my inbox, and it was like, I know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And so we started having a conversation, and I said, hey, you really taught me how to screen print. But, so I want to, put a book out there and see what it do.
I can't wait. I'm excited. When you do, we got to get you on the show so we can promote it.
Yes. I'll probably put it on that Amazon. They're gonna take half my money.
Ooh. I think I'm finna stay away from Amazon now.
Oh, oh,
I don't need the help with them promoting me. I need all my money.
yeah. Oh, Lord.
Well, Mr. Tay, before we get out of here, I definitely like to let the people know. Please let the people know how they can reach you, how they can get a hold of you, all your platforms.
Y'all can find me anywhere on all social media at Lady Print Boss. I'm on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Lady Print Boss. I have a t-shirt group which is called T-shirt Printers. It's currently called T-shirt Screen Printers, but I'm changing the name to T-shirt Printers because I do more than screen printing now. And on my webpage, Latonna.com, that's the fastest and the easiest way to find me. And of course, I'm Latonna, the Lady Print Boss on YouTube. So you can find me or you can Google me.
That's right. You can always Google her. You know what I'm saying? She's going to pop up. Latonna, the Print Lady Boss. I want to thank you so much again for coming out here and rocking with us, dropping all these gems. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you. We can't wait to have you back. I want to thank everybody. Tomorrow we're gonna do a gold night. I don't know who we all gonna have on, but I don't know if it's gonna be a gold night or a freestyle. But we definitely gonna get the guests lined up. I appreciate y'all coming out. Man, y'all know what time it is. Big boy, and we out.